Let's go.
Look at us go. I'm trying to click the Instagram thing. It's not doing it. So I guess maybe not. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to One Last Track, where we're going to talk to Chuck LaVoki, the voice of Doc and Friends. Did you play anybody else in fucking? No, you played Jerry in there.
Jerry, it's right there. It's right there in my.
It's right there in the thing. Yeah. But yeah, no. The second book's up on YouTube. Yay us.
Yeah. YouTube. Yeah.
No, and it's kind of weird to think about though, because like we're in like early pre-production of the fourth book, and the second book's just now fucking finished. So like we're almost a book ahead.
It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have.
Yeah. Hi, Rex.
What's up, Rex?
Hi.
But yeah, fucking.
I'm Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul. Sorry. What it do?
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
That
was the standard greeting when I was in high school.
Yeah, I think that's Matt. But yeah, no, fucking second book's up and fucking done. It's out there for the world to have consumed, to be consumed. It's consumable. We can grok it.
It's there for consumerism. I can
Yes.
grok it. Grok, dude, that means too many things. Listen, we already had a Heinlein podcast this month. We don't need to like get into grokking. and I'm far less willing to defend Stranger in a Strange Land than I am Starship Troopers.
No, that was a good run though. Friggin'
It is Matt.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
And I'll save that for later. But yeah, no, fucking I think we did a lot better of a job on the second book than we did on the first one. I mean, considering we didn't know what the fuck we were doing the first time.
We had practice. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird how that works. Get a little bit better every time you go.
Whole book of practice. Yeah, no, I mean, every time I do a recording session, I set up and I'm like, oh, I could be doing this to sound better. Shit, why didn't I think of that before? Fuck. Like,
yeah, and you get that little bit of a temptation to go back and be like, let's just redo this whole thing now that I know what I know now. But you can't do that because you're going to get better than you are now, and you're going to want to do the whole thing again. And you don't want to do like the suicides all the way the whole up.
There's a recent chapter that none of you have heard yet because it's a book 3 chapter. But one of my outtakes is, well, it's not really an outtake, but it was just something I said. Trip included in the bloopers section. It's just like, oh man, I didn't even have any like, bad fuck up bloopers to include in this chapter, and it would have been nice because perception skill. I can't remember the context of me saying that, but yeah, I said something about like perception skill, because like, you get better at looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you get better at doing it. And I think there's a razor for that, one of Hanlon's razors or like, one of the mini razors. I think it's the one where you promote people to the position of like least competency. Like that's like the similar related like razor.
Yeah.
It's on like the learning curve of like, I think I know everything, but I haven't actually started learning it. And then you start like learning about the thing, and you get to here, and you're like, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I don't know shit about fuck.
But you're so much better at the thing than you were when you were here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that, it's that principle, like perception versus competence. Like, yeah,
it's like that. And Rex, that's a good question. I don't know which one. I mean, I like the first book better, but I think we produced the second book more gooder.
Those you worded good right there.
Yes.
I throw balls far.
Yeah.
You want someone who words good, data languager. I mean, the first book is just so whimsical and adventurous. Like it starts out here of just like drunken Marines doing drunken Marine shit, and then it gets to fucking aliens, dude. The 0 to 60 of the first book is really hard to match. Whereas in the second book, we've already got aliens, dude. We've already got immortal Marines, dude. We've already got like all kinds of crazy shenanigans. And then
we've got the baselines. Like, where do we go from here?
Yeah. World War III, mayhaps?
Yeah. World War III.
Yeah.
Also, I'm assuming anybody that's watched this has at least listened to the second book, so
Spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry. The statute of limitations.
No, they should have listened to that by now.
Yeah,
They're
the
watching
statute of limitations on the second book has expired. It's been published for approximately several years, and the audiobook is out. So, well, I mean, no, the audiobook isn't out, but all the chapters are on YouTube. Oh, is the audiobook on
the audiobook's on Audible, and all the chapters are on YouTube. So,
sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, yeah. Go listen to it. How long is the book in terms of hourage?
I think it's only like 7 hours. I don't think it's that long because like the first one was.
It's not that long. You could have listened to that today. So yeah, no spoilers are.
Yeah. Because what was the first one, like 13?
I just want to respond to Matt. Also, Peep's not recording on our phones and getting better at our voices as well. iPhone's got good speakers. You just gotta like sit in a very small, isolated, acoustically dead space in order to really take advantage of them. And hold the phone away from you if you get louder. Oh, here's my dog. Hey.
Yeah.
So, buddy. Hey. Oh, the death of Fonz was so sad. It was fucked up.
Yeah, because on one hand, it's out of nowhere. On the other hand, like, I mean, that book was a riff on the Iliad.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was so unnecessary.
No, it's telegraphed.
How dare you kill the character based on Achilles and exactly the way Achilles died, you piece of imitative.
Well, yeah, no, because fucking the Fonz Achilles.
Back in the closet.
Because like what the Fonz is Achilles, Doc was Ajax the Greater. His corpsmen that also just had his same name were Ajax the Lesser for that pun.
You made 3 of them just to be a bastard about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 or 4. Yeah, it was nuts. Evans, also Evans, also Evans. I'm also Evans.
Yeah. And then like what Hank was Odysseus.
That guy was Evans.
Yeah. And then I don't think Toshi had a correlation in the Iliad. I think he was just like, all right, no, I need a platoon commander.
Just a good lieutenant. Yeah. The Iliad didn't have any of those.
No.
Everyone was a king or an unnamed character.
Yeah. More or less.
Just kidding.
Right?
I mean, everyone was like really fucking important or just.
Well, I mean, pretty much though. I mean, fucking because Odysseus was a king. Fucking.
Well, yeah. I mean, you had multiple kingdoms coming together in support of Agamemnon's like claim. Like, hey, we all agreed that if anybody ever made a move on this bitch, that we'd back you up on this because for some reason only you get this bitch.
Yeah, they NATO Article 5'd it.
But then the gods gave that bitch to some other guy, and that's why the gods are also taking sides.
Yeah.
I'm eating fish and chips. They taste good.
Well, good. I hope so. I hope you're not eating bad food.
Yeah, eating fish and chips. You're British now.
Yeah.
You don't have a salmon.
Yeah. No, but then like I took the gods out and then just replaced them with the fucking mechs, which is, part of the fucking thing for that. So like every time in the Iliad where a god would come down and interfere, it's like a giant robot instead. How about that?
Catch me by the mech. How about that?
No, and I think we were listening to him, and you made the comment that I agreed with, where the Fonz didn't chase Hector around the fucking fortress 14 fucking times before he decided to stab him to death.
Yeah, how inane of you to exclude that extremely and exquisitely, like, just riveting bit of fictional literature where we have them doing Looney Tunes loops. Like, I can't believe that you cut that out. It's really, it's just I know you're not mad, but you're eating fish and chips, so you are now. Sorry, like you don't have to say
no. Rex is eating fish and chips.
Oh, I misread. Oh, my bad.
Right. Yeah.
I take it back, Matt.
Yeah.
Rex, you're British now. You might also you might be British. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Listen, no flag, no country. Those are the rules.
Yeah. No, the third one was fun though. It was pretty. I mean, like, yeah, there's that story there, and there's the what the fuckery of the fucking. Well, the whole fucking premise, and then B, I think the end's a little fucked. But also there's like a lot of fucking blood and gore and violence in it, like a lot.
It's different though. I mean, the books all have a different flavor, like different jars from the spice cabinet. You know, like you need them all for a meal, but you know, there's only one way to get to 1,000,000 words.
And that's to jot it out. 1,011,000. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. 11.
Rex
is also U.S. No, sorry, no, you're eating fish and chips.
Yeah.
See, yeah, no, Matt's got it. He said fries, so American.
Yeah. Which speaking of the Brits, because you know I try to cast them in the Virescent roles because you know they learned English.
Yeah, no, you because they had Scottish accents. You had to cast Brits because they invade the voice acting roles. Just like I'm sorry, that was terribly off that point. Just get all the way off.
No. But I was gonna say fucking something I kind of noticed before. It's like, dude, there aren't actually any fucking Virescents in the second book. Like, there's a couple at the beginning of it, and then like none of them are in the military yet. So like,
I was actually kind of surprised that you didn't write any Virescents into enlisting, but I guess they just weren't that invested.
Well, I mean that, and like they've been on the planet for 5 years. Like, you know,
it's like, you know, I'm not joining your military. Yeah. I'm 87 years old. Like,
no, I do not want to be a fucking Lance Corporal.
However, we will give you all of our implements of war. Like, you guys will be responsible with it, right? Like, I'm sure you're not going to like do mech warfare with it or anything bad like that. Like, what we don't.
Well, I mean, you could think have a nice form less Lance Corporal and more Raytheon. I didn't say who built the mechs.
Yeah,
I said it was using their tech. And then what was it? Jerry was working on the project to fucking tie them together, or shit and the alien shit.
Oh, that's right. I had those Jerry lines. Yeah. Our company is really making leaps and bounds with implementing Virescent technology into human mechanisms. It's really shit.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that. Like, fucking, I wrote these fucking things and I don't fucking know the lines like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have as many lines as you do, so it's easier for me to.
Yeah, I guess.
It's far out.
Yeah. What's up?
I was just reading the line. Yeah, Rick's saying, I just know the place I got it from calls it fish and chips. Well, the place you got it from is British, and they turned you British when you went there. It's infectious. It's contagious.
I mean, you know, looking back on it though, the Brits weren't the worst about that. I'm going to cite the Spanish because I think it's a hilarious fucking empire because like we're the world's most powerful empire for 3 decades. All right, guys, let's go home.
How many countries do you think off the top of your head are in the Commonwealth?
Off the top of my head, I think 18.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, it's dozens and dozens. And there are like maybe a dozen countries that are still countries on the planet that have not been invaded by the British in the last 300 years.
Well, I mean, they invaded and still... No, at the time that the Spanish Empire was the Spanish Empire, at the time it was the most successful empire or the largest empire when it was alive. I didn't say ever up until that point. Besides like maybe fucking Genghis Khan.
Matt says or Sephiroth. I don't know I mean, what do you want me to call you? You're Sephiroth on screen. I think the only one that has had more lines than me is Trip.
That's not a sentence. I think what he's trying to say is you're the only person that has more lines than him.
Chuck, I think the only one that has had. Oh yeah, no, I see what you're saying now. Yeah. No, it should be Chuck is. Yeah, not I. Yeah, Chuck is. I think the only one that had more lines than me. No, I really don't. I don't get what you're saying. No,
because like a lot of the books are just
again, Matt. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, no, because I think like fucking most of the books are just fucking Hank and Doc fucking bullshitting about whatever the fuck's happening. I mean, granted, there is action and shit in it too, but a lot of it's Hank and Doc dialogue.
Well, I mean, yeah, you are 90% of, like, or even probably higher than that. I haven't done a word count. Like, you're a lot of it. You narrate.
Yeah.
You narrate it. You narrate these books.
Narrate it.
Yeah.
Which is fun. And there's a lot of I don't put all my bloopers in there because most of it's just me screaming at the fucking microphone. Like you just get
or yelling at your dog.
Yeah. Go sit down.
Sit down. Stop it. Stop. Shut up.
It's the mailman. He comes here every fucking day. You know him.
Yeah. I just confused myself now. Thanks. Okay, so that sentence could be taken one of two ways. You were either saying, I'm the only one who has more lines besides Trip than you, or you are the only one who has fewer lines than Trip, which I don't think is true. I think I have the second most lines. Like
no, I think what he's saying is he's confused and he's going to go back into the closet.
Matt has hurt himself in confusion. You don't have enough badges to control yourself. First one. All right. Yeah, got it. Yeah. So I am the only one who has more lines compared to you, with the exception of Trip. That is a hard sentence to formulate when you put it that way.
Yeah, like in a vacuum, I gotta say this. Mm-hmm. Fun fact: my Swedish friend prefers book too. Well, tell your Swedish friend what's up, Rex.
Is there much Swedish representation in book 2? Is that like looking at like your YouTube stats and just like seeing who watches you more, and you're just like, I have 12 100% devoted viewers in the Netherlands. That's dope. Like they watch every video the second it drops. Like
you know, I don't know. I've never looked at that. I should probably go check out what the analytics are.
Your analytics. Yeah, your metrics. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine most of it would be the U.S. But then again, when I wrote the books, I thought that, you know, most of my audience would have been, you know, post 9/11 combat vets. And the biggest demographic in my readership is, how do I say this gingerly? Housewives. Which, you know, I'm not mad about it. It's kind of cool, but it's just like completely fucking unexpected. Like, why do you guys like this? Why are y'all reading this? I mean, I'm glad you like it. Thank you for being here.
I've had 2 friends. No. Just one of them independently came upon. I had an Australian friend. He independently stumbled upon the series on Kindle. He bought it on Amazon, and he saw my name in the thanks, and he was just like, and he sent me a screenshot. He's like, "That's your name." It's like, and Big Lebowski, "Hey, that's your name, dude." Like. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's me. He's just like, how do you know this guy? I'm just like, what do you mean? How do I know this guy? Did I not introduce you to this franchise? He's like, no, Amazon recommended it to me after I finished reading this other military series. And I was just like, oh, Trip's going to be so excited to hear this. This guy independently stumbled upon the books. Independently, and it was like they hadn't been out very long, like and on ebooks, and I was just like, oh, dude, like, because I was like, if a friend of mine is reading these books, I just assumed I'd mentioned it, but like, no, like he just found it organically on the other side of the planet and saw my name.
Yeah. Also,
there, I don't know why.
Yeah. Also, the
because he murdered his girlfriend.
No. But I was going to say is the Instagram comments aren't in this thing. I got a separate window open for that. I don't know why it puts it over there. But Dom is both eating fish and chips right now. But he asks, aside from immortality, do Hank and Doc heal faster at all? Not really. Because like fucking in the first book, like Hank got shot and stabbed, and he had that limp until like after the fucking coma. And then like after he got shot in the second one, like he had a tight chest for I guess in book time a couple months, right? Like after they were hanging out at that Latvian fob.
Yeah. I mean, I at one point I was like liking to think like headcanon, like the berries keep him in great shape, but then like they lost their gains. Hank mentioned specifically, he's like, oh, I lost all my gains, like in comatose. So like I like to think it keeps him in perfect health. Like they can't sink below a certain level of like baseline health without external influences like bullets, like bringing them down a notch. Like, but so like I would like to think that like because of where the berries keep them, like they would heal faster than your average bear, because they start at base point better.
Yeah. And then like in my head, the way I worked it. Also, real quick, Matt's all right says, I want to work with you. Matt, I want to work with you too. DM me. We'll make that happen. Also, big fan of your work. Fucking primo. But in my head canon, the way it was, like, they just can't stay dead. Like, you break an arm, it takes however long it takes for you to heal with a regular fucking broken arm. Like, you get shot or stabbed, it takes that long to get back from being shot or stabbed.
That said, they're always going to heal at the rate of a really fucking healthy early 20s-year-old something guy. Like,
yeah,
which is a good position to be in. Like, you know, you break your ankle in your 30s and it's like gonna fucking hold you back for a while. Like, you know,
right.
Break your ankle when you're 16, it's like, all right, I'm gonna limp for a few weeks, wear the boot, do some crutches, like, and then you're back. You fall when you're 83, and like that's it.
That's it.
Like, so, like,
you're done.
Yeah, like in that regard, like, you know, the fact that they stay like baseline healthy condition, like early 20 something dudes, like forever. Like, I would think that would give them, like, you know, the as a peak of like male, like, fitness and health, like healing, like forever, like that. And so that's in their favor, but like, no, not faster than.
Yeah. And then Dom, back to your point, like no scars or anything, like, you know, back to where they were when they ate the berries, because there was a conversation in the first book,
except they can grow facial hair, which is nice.
Yeah. But there was a point in the first book where Hank and Doc were talking, and they're like, I don't think it's weird we don't have any scars. We should have scars from that, right? Your tattoos healed. That's weird.
You can fucking share me the Instagram comments. You could, like, open up Discord and, like, screen share, and then I would just mute it.
Yeah, but then I have to, like, open Discord.
No, you little baby.
And that's, like, more RAM.
How much RAM do you not?
I need all of the RAM. But
I have all the RAM. Okay, well, if you have all the RAM, like, oh my god, like, how many screens do you have?
About a few.
Yeah, I've got.
John Q. Haskell asked, what happens if they lose their dicks?
Wait, is there a place I could go to see the Instagram stream so I could, like, see the comments?
I mean, I'm live on Instagram. If that's
okay, well, I'll just fucking bring that up then.
Yeah.
Say no more, fam.
Yeah. No, but there's actually no, there's a spoiler. I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, no, like in my head, like, or like in the like, it doesn't flat out ever say this in there, but like, you can put it together throughout the books. But like, fucking no, they just always heal back up to fucking at least back to baseline, where you should be.
Like, I don't want to watch the video. I just want to see the comments. Comments here are, like, going way faster on Instagram.
Oh, are they? Fucking, because I'm.
Or maybe I'm just catching up. Yeah. But to grow back, whether be stuck with a nub forever. Nubcock. Oh man. Oh geez.
Nubcock.
I like that word. I shouldn't. I don't like the sound of that word, Ma.
I think the word's chode or acorn. I don't know, but if you're really curious about that,
this is a nubcock. Like, it's wider than it is long, but only because it's very short.
Yeah, no, but if anybody does want to know the actual mechanic to how that works, it's explained a little bit better in the 7th novel. So read away, buddies.
Stay tuned, or buy the fucking books.
Yeah, no, well, fuck, I don't know. That's a while away, because the 3rd book is going to start airing on YouTube in April. That should last us to August, I believe. And then the 4th book is going to take us through most of 2025, because it's the longest book. So yeah, we'll get to book 7 in 3 or 4 years, or on YouTube anyway. Hopefully by then. I would like to be actively working on the 7th book before the 4th one's done airing on YouTube.
DYI, Dom the Builder. I'm so glad you specified. Cut it, stretch it, heal it, bop it. Their penis, that is.
What else would you do?
I'm talking about penis. Cut it, stretch it, heal it, bop it,
circumcise it,
pass it.
Yeah.
What if they're circumcised? Somebody already beat you to the punch there.
Yeah, no, I was reading this thing.
Oh yeah, beat you to the cut. All right, yeah.
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
We went have to snip that for the video.
That's why they call circumcised penises crop tops.
Oh,
that's an original joke. Came up with that just now. I'm
just now. That was all you. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. Circumcised penises are crop tops. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Put
that in your fucking pipe and smoke it.
Hitting all the walls. John reads further on. Your exact question will be answered. Yeah. The chat's catching up. I think I think the Instagram is. I wave my hands.
Yeah, I think Instagram's a few seconds behind us, but
yeah, it's a few seconds behind. Yeah, it's fine. Definitely.
Yes, Tyler Branch. This is a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. Thank you for joining the shit show.
One of us might actually take a shit.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Fuck, I don't know.
We need to set up a donation button for that.
I don't have enough followers on fucking YouTube to get super fucking chats yet, so no. I mean, I'd appreciate it, but
how many times do you want to mash that button to see me take a shit on my desk?
Yeah, make sure to hit and like. If I get 500 likes on this one comment,
like, and subscribe to see me squeeze a steamer.
Yeah, dude, I also like fucking dreamer. I love that shit too. Like every time you watch a YouTube video, make sure to like and subscribe this. It's like, bro, I'm watching the fucking video. If you impress me enough to make me want to see your fucking face twice, I'll press subscribe. Otherwise, no amount of you fucking begging is gonna make me fucking do it.
Yeah, no. It's almost like you asking me is offensive.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You have an annoying cadence. Your YouTube cadence offends me.
Like
the way you talk like YouTubers, I don't want it. It's gross.
Hey guys, let's Chuck cut this.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Chuck LaVoki, and today I want to take you on a ride. Oh my god, I hate you already. I only clicked on this to figure out how to fucking switch out the headlight in my Kia Sorento.
Dom's asking, what if Hank or Doc get new tattoos? Will their healing squeeze out the new ink? I didn't address that. So whatever you want to happen there, let your imagination roam, buddy. Like anything I didn't fucking explicitly tell you in those books. And that also
me,
all you.
A new tattoo reads like damage.
Yeah, it reads like damage to me. Like I would think it'd
go away. It'd be a waste of money. Yeah. Luckily, they got super deployed and tattoo shops that only exist around organized military bases all went away after World War III.
Yeah, weird. Wait, no. That's in the third book. We're talking about the second one, Chuck.
Shit! Sorry.
Yeah, and fucking...
They're waiting for orders.
Yeah.
Fucking, nobody orders them to get tattoos in the third book. Spoiler.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm Jason. Hey, guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey, hey, YouTube, it's me, your boy, the Vampire Lestat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that the other day. That is exactly how the book reads to me now in hindsight. Man, those first two books were really fun. First one was like very ornate and beautiful, and like just imagery was great. And the second book was just like, wow, this is fascinating. You're getting really deep in this world. And the third one's like, so in third world countries, they're not going to defend their men. We'll take them over easily, but in Western countries, they'll defend their men. That's my take. And the big bad evil vampire just like, we're just gonna kill all men. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, Anne Rice?
I heard a thing. I don't know how true it is or not, but I've seen it in comment sections. But apparently, at some point in the 90s, she like found God again and started hating her fan base because they read the kind of trash that she wrote.
Died. I'm sorry. No, yeah. So like, yeah, no, she. I actually have like a friend of a friend that like knew her.
Yeah.
And yeah, she. Because I think she passed away like fairly recently.
Yeah, I don't think it was too long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, she wrote like the first half dozen books, like as staunch atheist.
Yeah.
And then like found God and then came back and started writing these books again as like a devout Christian. And like was super at odds with their fan base for some inexplicable fucking reason. And
That's not
and also she was extremely like litigious. Like she sued fanfics off the internet.
Really?
Yeah, written by like teenagers. Like
Shit.
like she was, I don't know, Ayn Rand just seemed like a hot mess. And that like that third book was like everything I needed to know to be like, I do not need to continue with this franchise. My preoccupation with these characters and their stories has concluded. I'm good. Like,
All right, this is good enough. I'm gonna bounce over to the Sookie Stackhouse novels.
yeah.
Sookie.
My favorite Dracula story, or vampire story in general, is Helsing Ultimate Abridged.
Yeah, agreed.
It does the, I think it does the character the most justice. I really enjoy it, and I'm not even being facetious. I really think that they gussied up that plot with all the comedy it needed, where it deserved to be made fun of, and they made fun of how ridiculously overpowered like that kind of a vampire would be in a really fun way. And I don't know, it was good. I just think it was good. It's 10 episodes long. It'll take you less than fucking like 10 hours to watch. Like,
I don't even know if it's that long because like
I don't think it is. Yeah, like the last few episodes are pretty long.
Yeah, but for the most part, like I think you can nail all that out in like 5 hours.
Yeah, I think Team 4-Star compressed like the first 3 episodes into 1 episode or something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty short. Like you just knock this out. Like, and I'm generally pretty hammered by the time it gets to episode 10. I don't know how many times I've actually made it through, because for some reason watching that is always a binge session. It's always also one of these sessions.
Watching it at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get rid of your whiskey the hard way.
I've got too much whiskey in the house right now. I really need to cut back on the amount of whiskey I have in my residence.
And I'm not going to pour it out. That'd be wasteful. Yeah.
I'm going to pour it out into a particular disposal receptacle.
Yeah. It'll get God. Yeah.
Sorry.
Dom, because of the second book, I got a new kink for green alien porn. Thank you. Don't blame me. Blame fucking Gene Roddenberry, because there's a reason the aliens are green, and it's more or less to make fun of Star Trek.
In total, it's like 1.5 hours. That is absolutely wrong. It's definitely longer than an hour and a half. Like, no way. All of it? All 10 episodes? Yeah. Like, some of them are like 40 minutes long.
Sorry, are they though? Because like the ones I watch are like the compilations where it's like, all right, we're gonna put 4 episodes in the same YouTube video.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Dude, I did have a kick-ass soundtrack though.
I did, it really did. Please, girl, put my head between your boobs. Very good. Now put my head between. Oh God. Fucking.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, fucking. I love Helsing Ultimate Bridge. It's so good. One time, Trip and I called each other to FaceTime and chill, and we heard what we thought was echo, and then we realized like it couldn't be, because I was wearing headphones with like pretty good isolation, and then we like turned our cameras and realized that we were like less than half a second off watching Helsing Ultimate Abridged. It was just like, I don't know, we're just like, whoa, man, good fucking the Illuminati. Like, we're just freaking out about like how wild it was that we were like, like it was like we had to be off because it wasn't off on our recordings, and the delay of our like, you know, communication like would like throw it off, but it was like synced up for us. Like, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Fucking, what is it? Oh, Rex, you want to bed in 10 minutes? All right. Well, you know,
what do you want us to talk about for you?
Sleep good in 10 minutes. Also,
what is your bedtime wish? What is your bedtime wish?
And while he's figuring that out, Dom's saying you're still, your art depiction of her and the British accent gave me constant chubs. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you. If you were reading it, if you were listening, Diane is fucking amazing.
Diane is the fucking tits.
Like, she's a fucking great actress. I'm counting that as the good karma for like all the good shit I've ever done in my life is just casting her. That's it. Like, I don't need the rest of it. Like, my kids came out with fucking 4 eyes. Like, I already got the karma back.
And yeah, your loosely erotic paintings and sketches and drawings of Penelope art.
Yeah.
Stirring. Like, you've done some good art. You've done some good art of that green woman. We all appreciate it. I think the world appreciates it. But yeah, no, Diane's the life she breathes into that character, like the like just full-bodied presence that she lends to Penelope, like in the books, is just astounding. I love her.
Yeah, and then you guys listening now haven't seen this yet, but you've got a lot of good shit coming from her in the third book. Just like top-notch fucking badassery.
Applause, Penelope. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like,
yeah.
One day I hope to be in one of these podcasts with her, just so I can tell her, like, hey, I think you're cool. I do a fake British accent for one of my characters, and it's really embarrassing.
Dude, I have a hard problem with that.
Fucking embarrassing.
Her, though. No, I have a hard problem with that talking to her, though, because like every time I do talk to her, it's like, all right, don't act like a fucking crazy fan. Don't tell her she's like God's gift to mankind. Don't hit on her. Don't say anything stupid. Keep this professional and tight. And it's like, oh man, I wonder if I'm sounding like a prick.
Rex has a bedtime wish. Talk about how Among Us went to hell in a handbasket.
I've never really played fucking Among Us. Like I played it like 2 or 3 times.
I would say how old are you? But then again, like, you know, politicians played it in 2020, so did everybody.
Yeah.
It's Joe Rogan made that game, right?
I don't fucking know who made that.
I think it's a Joe Rogan game. Yeah. So
Joe Rogan makes video games?
No, he just like had it made. And it was made long before 2020. It just blew up in 2020. Among Us was an excellent video game adaptation of John Carpenter's 1982 The Thing.
That's a good fucking
that's how I feel about that game. It was really cool that that they made a video game about The Thing in space. It was neat. Or where you will be in 5 years.
Hopefully fucking wait, what year is it now?
In hell in a handbasket. With or without the handbasket. Like I don't know. Like
yeah. Hopefully in 5 years, we'll be done recording and producing the Smokepit Fiarytales audiobook novels, but they will still only be halfway through actually hitting YouTube because we're only doing it a chapter a week.
And I will have used my copious amounts of dialogue from the Smokepit Fiarytales audiobooks as a portfolio to launch my professional voice acting career. It'll be great.
Or at the very least, pouring yourself out on Fiverr.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing. That's professional.
Yeah, why not?
You get paid. Don't talk shit about Fiverr. You found some good people on Fiverr.
I did find some good people on Fiverr.
Yeah.
Dom's asking Broken Lizard movie about Death Island. Anyone? Yeah, I'd rather see a Broken Lizard version of High School of the Dead, or maybe even fuck the Hunger Games. Goddamn the Running Man, but
fuck you, the Hunger Games. Yeah, fuck you, the Hunger Games.
Fucking History Daddy is asking when the Smokepit Fiarytales video game is going to be. I don't know if I've gone on this rant to you, History Daddy. If
there
I
actually
have,
already is one.
Go fuck yourself.
The trip had nothing to do with it. Dude, if you're a little more litigious, I really think you would have something there. Like you just needed to like press that fucking that marketing department a little harder, and they would have like been forced to like give you basically a readout of how they came up with the idea. Because like they have to outright lie to you if they did it, or they have to like show you how they came up with the idea in their like fucking like pitch meeting. But I'm gonna let you tell the story. I'm just saying like you could seriously have something there if you were just like a little more like if you really you were mad.
I don't think it's being a litigious issue as much as it's I don't have the lawyers that could go up against. I don't have the cash to pay for a lawyer that's going to take that to Bandai.
For the record, there is no proof that Bandai
there is no proof that Bandai fucking stole my book. There's just a lot of coincidences.
But there is a video game. What is it called?
Was it House of Ashes?
Yeah, there's a video game that came out probably
3 years ago now.
No, I think it was like 4 or 5.
It was post-pandemic, wasn't it?
Post-pandemic?
I think it was.
So I'm gonna look this up. Check our math. When did Bandai? No, it wasn't Bandai. It was one of their.
No, well, I mean, Bandai owned it. But,
yeah. Some fucking. I want to say uninspired, but like that's because of preconceived notions I have. Came out of the video game about
2021.
2021, a bunch of Marines that ended up falling into a fucking tomb that had green aliens in it. It was like they combined all of book 1 into just the tomb portion.
They weren't green aliens; they were vampire aliens.
They were vampire aliens.
But in Smokepit Fiarytales, the fucking aliens have fucking vampire teeth, and that fucking goddamn, they all got fucking vampire fangs, and it's pointed out multiple fucking times.
Yeah, and a lot of the art in the game, like the structures and the statues and things, look alarmingly similar to the art that Tripp illustrated for the first novel.
And like to get into certain rooms in the fucking shit, they had to like manipulate consoles that were like in the middle of fucking bigger rooms, and the way they did that
wasn't one of them actually constellations.
There was only one of them in the game, and it was a constellation.
It was a constellation. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, dude. Somebody like, and I understand like, all right, Rex is taking off. All right, see you in the morning. I'm hit the hay.
See you, Rex.
Some good in the future. All right. Good night to you now, and good morning to you in the future. Hey, good morning.
Morning, sunshine.
How would you like a dose of me saying hey and some scrambled eggs? Hope they go together.
Do you want some coffee? Or maybe not coffee. How about some orange juice? Maybe you're a milk guy. Hopefully it's a vitamin D milk, so you can get the white stuff from the D, but maybe you're a 2%er, or there are some people that do the skim or the almond. Then there's outright rejecting modernity and embracing tradition, where you start every morning with a cup of black coffee and a Marlboro Red.
Oh man, this is a commercial now.
Do it with some Jimmy Dean sausage.
For the record, we were not sponsored.
No, no, but like, it's fucking a group of Marines that have been in country for fucking 3 months. Fucking, they get stuck in an ancient fucking, I think theirs was an Akkadian temple, but Acadia, Samaria, Babylon, like fucking functionally, those are the same fucking place. Mm-hmm. They have this goo that they get dumped into that makes them fucking functionally immortal. God, there's a bunch of fucking shit.
What's the British dude's name? The Turbo Punch guy who we've been watching for years, ASDF movies.
Yeah, Tom Scott.
Yeah, Tom Scott. It's not his name either, but that's his online persona. He had a really good video on this the other day, in light of the whole like James Somerton plagiarism thing, where he came up with the like degrees of like Somerton of like what plagiarism is. And it like starts with like, genuine original thought, and then like parallel thinking, and then like inspiration. Where like, and it's like at one point they were addressing like you heard something and then you forgot about it, and then you had an idea that you thought was your own, and you should be suspicious of an idea that occurs to you fully formed because you might be stealing it. And he's like, I've done this like 3 or 4 times and I've been approached about it. I'm like, oh fuck, I did that. But when you produce as much content as I do, and if you look at him back in the day, like Tom Scott was just fucking.
Oh, he was super prolific back in the day.
It happens. I could see somebody having like read this book in a tissy if they read like a dozen books a week and then like putting it down. But like I can't see the amount of details that they included in it and then morphed around, and like not having been thinking in the back of their head that I got this from this book. And it's just, it was like, I was like trying to like, cause like Tripp sent it to me. He's like, look at all this, look at this screenshot, look at this scene. And I'm just like, and I was trying really hard to be skeptical about it. Like there's no way, but then I was like, there's a way, maybe some way.
No, but even like the two main Marines, in it, fucking at one point, one of them goes to light a cigarette, another dude gives him a bunch of shit, and it's almost verbatim, like 2 words off of a conversation Hank and Gladewine have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I don't know. I was like, man, this is really sussy. Like, yeah. I feel you. I think you were classy in the way you approached it. Like, hey, I'm not mad. Do you want to hire me?
No, I sent them a letter and I was like, hey, listen, fucking, you guys want to hire me as a writer? And then I didn't say you stole my fucking idea, but like, it was like, hey, you made this video game. I wrote this book. Your video game's about this. My book's about this. This is some of the lines of dialogue from your fucking video game. These are some of the lines of dialogue from my book. And they wrote me back, I'm sorry, we're not hiring right now. It's like,
well, I mean, Obviously not. You don't need to pay writers. I'm already writing for you, and you're not paying me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just it was a little stinky. I was just like, man, there are too many coincidental parallelisms between this for it to be unintentional inspirational thinking. Like and as like, you know, at first I was just trying to be like, no, maybe it's unlikely. No, it seems plausible, if not probable, nigh probable.
Yeah.
Like and I don't know, like.
Well, the other thing that, like, you know, nailed it in the coffin for me
But,
is
I mean,
the person that wrote the script.
Stealing your stuff and
follows-
making a lot more money for it is the highest form of flattery.
I guess. No, but the thing that, like, nailed it for me, though, was the person that wrote the script follows somebody on Instagram that shares a bunch of my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you have a case. Don't undervalue your work.
I'm not. I'm also not undervaluing my fucking wallet.
I just think you should send a few like extremely like high proof letters of like, hey, like this, and this, I'll correlate with this, and this. And the fact that this guy who wrote the game follows this guy who shows a bunch of my stuff, like it just seems probable that you guys took XYZ and you made this much money for it. And I take issue with that. I want credit, and they would probably pay you like, I don't know, some monies. Like I just think you should push the issue. But yeah, I'm not gonna die on that horse or beat that dead horse all night.
No,
I just I feel like this is something that you got over like over a year ago, and I want you to get over it, because I feel different.
Be mad about it for me.
I want you to be mad about it because I feel like people like you get taken advantage of in this exact way far too often, and undervalue your rights and your worth, and you should fucking like. There are probably options for you. You should take them up. Like don't ask a lawyer for it. Just like do some research on like, you know, how you present your case. That's us. Agreed. Sup, bro? James Case 180.
So, dude.
So, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, couldn't really do that with the next one though, because if someone made a video game that was about the Iliad fighting, but you know, with Gundams in Russia. I wouldn't be mad about it because that sounds like it'd be fun.
I just want to see that game exist. Yeah.
Yeah. And B, like, well, I stole the Iliad, and like giant robots aren't my idea. Either is Russia invading Eastern Europe in the 2020s. That's not my idea either. So
well,
it'd be
luckily for you, Homer entered public domain a while ago.
I don't think Homer was ever not in public domain, because public domain started existing like 110 years ago.
Homer exited public domain when we invented public domain, and then he re-entered public domain. It's been that long.
Yeah, no, and you know what's funny about it though is because originally fucking, you know, the Iliad and the Odyssey, they were you know, spoken, you know, they were sung, you know, that you didn't read them, somebody fucking told them to you. So they were also originally audiobooks.
If you follow Shane Gills on JRE at all, he talked about how SNL writers get all their shit taken without credit. Like, bummer.
Yeah, I've heard shit. I've heard multiple people talk about that shit, and like not just him. Like that's been a complaint I've heard for fucking ever. Like I remember fucking Bill Maher was talking about that on his show he had in the fucking 90s. What was it? Politically Incorrect. The one they got canceled right after 9/11.
Yeah, back when Bill Maher had some fucking testicles. Like,
yeah. He was talking about SNL being thieving bastards back then.
Insulting the government was super unpopular, and
yeah,
he got him shut down. Like, and then he played the safe game from there on out. Like, I get it. You got a career to protect. Like, damn.
Yeah, and that's the thing too about people in his position, or maybe not necessarily his position, but positions like his, where it's like when it's just you. And
you're the you're the show. Everyone loses their job if you say something that loses all of your ratings. Like
so like you can't. You have to take your teeth out a little bit, because you might want to do something that's gonna fucking nail some shit, but you're gonna get canceled over.
Yeah,
like
this is the most political I'm gonna get on this call. But like, if America was in a state of mind such that we were able to like get the Patriot Act approved with nobody batting an eye. Talking Heads on TV weren't in a position to be talking shit about the government like post 9/11. Like that's
Yeah.
just not where their hearts and minds were. Like, and
Yeah.
these people aren't publicly funded, but like they still need viewer ratings.
Well, no, the other thing though too, what I was going to get at was like, say you're heading a show like that, and then the show gets shut down, then that's 50 people that don't have a job anymore, and that's your fault.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And it's like it's not like you're getting canceled.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna have people lose their fucking jobs over this,
like
and they're not
yeah,
able to support their family. And you
people
like, you don't want to do
watching
that.
TV right now are the same like voting populi who were like kind of like like Patriot Act the fuck out of us, like we're fine with that. Like they're not going to be okay with you talking shit about the government like right after 9/11. Like that's just not where the sentiment was at the time. The fear mongering was very strong.
Yeah, there was shit to do, but
yeah,
you know. But yeah, no, that's the same thing that happened with, or I think anyway, with Matt Best, because like when he first hit fucking YouTube, he was fucking great.
Matt Best,
and then, yeah, and then he got bigger and he got a company, and now it's like if he does something stupid enough, then if that gets shut down, it's not him going down. Like he's got a bunch of people under him that are going to lose their fucking jobs, and it's like, well, you have to be responsible.
Rooster Teeth just got sold off piecemeal.
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't like look. I just saw the headline. I didn't like read into it. I don't know what happened.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, this is a really weird pipeline fate that's happened to several YouTube channels. YouTube channels that started out small comedy, maybe even in the case of Rooster Teeth, were podcasts on another website.
Yeah, what's up, Phoenix?
And then they ended up growing and becoming publicly traded, and they became a publicly traded company. And then they got bought out. And then like. Yeah, I got this shit going on. I think Red versus Blue ends on season 10, but that's just because I lost interest. So that's not a strong opinion.
Yeah, and like what, 2008?
Yeah, something like that. 2012, 13-ish, maybe. I don't know.
Shit. Okay.
But
I knew it went for a long time.
It's still it just ended. It just ended. Like they just ended the show, and then not very long after, the company that owns them, I can't remember who bought them. Some pretty big one that you would recognize. They just piecemeal. They're selling off all the properties, Red versus Blue, Ruby, like everything. But also the creator of Ruby. What was his name?
I don't know. Like the last Red versus Blue episode I saw was when I think it was Church got stuck in Doom.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was before I joined the Marine Corps. Like fucking, and I don't think I've seen anything past like the third episode again.
I finished Red vs. Blue a little late when I was on my TAD in Australia. Watched all 10 seasons, binged it, and it was just like, oh, that was actually pretty fun. I watched it maybe once since then. Like, it went good places. First 10 seasons. That was a contained story. Like after that, like they're doing more fun, entertaining things. People try to talk me into getting back into it, but at that point, it's kind of like the Marvel movies after Endgame.
Yeah,
I'll say what I said about what everything we were talking about earlier. No, I can't remember. Queen of the Damned, Anne Rice, the Vampire Chronicles.
Yeah.
My preoccupation with these characters and their stories has come to an end. Like it's just like like I didn't grow up reading these comics like a lot. Like I was in high school and Iron Man movies started coming out. That was cool. The Hulk ones were kind of shitty. Monty, thank you, Matt. Monty was the creator of Ruby, and he was a goddamn animation prodigy. They picked him up out of high school, pretty sure, when he did a Halo animation when he was like 16 or something like that. And he died from surgery complications at like 23 or 5 or something.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah, like it was. I don't think it was that. He was in his 20s. It was really, really, really like just unexpected, tragic. And then after that, like Ruby was going in its own direction. Yeah, it had life of its own at that point, but like. Kind of like how when Bernie, the voice of Church, and the director and the writer of Red vs. Blue left the company, like it's over for me.
Yeah.
Oh my God! On that note, Akira Toriyama died yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. And in the group chat, we were talking about not one. Actually, I don't think you're in any of my group chats, but we were talking about how we need to get the Dragon Balls and put the Dragon Balls together, and then wish Dragon Ball GT out of existence.
Well, there's no death in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball GT. Fucking, oh my God, that theme song, holy shit.
Yeah, on the first, yeah. Which he wasn't that old. He was 68 in Japanese. Like, Those guys live for fucking ever, and it's like
Yeah, he was supposed to
68.
have 68 good years left in him, and then his
Yeah.
twilight years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess he wasn't Okinawan.
Now, you know they have the largest or longest life expectancy on the planet. The Okinawans do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't live fast, die young. They live slow, die whenever.
Guess I got to eat more raw horse.
Yeah. Horse is good though.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you're watching this at any point in the fucking foreseeable future and you're stationed on Camp Hansen, go off base and go to a place called Kenkai's Primo Sushi.
Yeah, speaking of Dragon Ball Z fans, should be an easy name for you to remember.
Yeah.
Kenkai's. Yeah. It was, oh man, dude, the portions and the price.
Oh, dude, they would bring this thing called, what was it, the boat, where it was this much sushi, and it was like $20.
Yeah, it was extraordinary. Just like, please come eat here. Bring us all your money.
Yeah,
and then yesterday, it's super fresh, and it was amazing. My introduction to like seafood and then sushi as somebody who grew up in like southeastern Ohio, and I was afraid of the concept of like seafood because like the only seafood we had was
Long John Silver.
That I've literally never seen a car parked at, but it's still there to this day. When everything else in my hometown was either burned down or gone out of business.
And don't forget Red Lobster. Although fucking, I finally had it with Red Lobster because like I grew up eating Red Lobster, so it was like, all right, fine. I know it's not really seafood, but fucking.
Hey, Hawasaki. Oh man, I got a really sad memory.
Yeah, Johnny. But fucking Red Lobster, fucking like their biscuits started to suck, and then they switched to Pepsi, and it's like, okay, yeah, no, I don't need to come here anymore. Like I can make.
What were you thinking? I mean, yeah, they changed the cheddar biscuit recipe, and that was it for me. I mean, I killed my cousin for a bucket of those biscuits. Like, hey,
you.
Hey, no, like, yeah, no
cocaine everywhere.
Like, I mean, you know, if I caught the fish and it was a crappie, like, I'll eat it. Like, that's how I felt. I thought tuna was only in that. What are those little cans or packets like Suncrest or fucking Sun? It's not Sunkiss. It's some Starcrest, something. It's not tuna, and it smells terrible. You feed it to your cat just as soon as
you know, most tuna isn't actually tuna, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. That shit that they're like, it's fucking tuna, and it's like in the can or that packet, and it smells awful, and it's like 50% mayo, and it's like uber fishy, and like people in the Midwest make tuna noodle casserole out of it.
Yeah,
like,
that's some disgusting like that. Like I normally kick back on the whole like the idea of white people food because like people are like, oh, white people don't like any fucking like spices in their food. It's like, yeah,
but then you get
suburbanites and fucking like New England don't do that. But then then you get that Midwest shit, and it's like, okay, all right, you know, maybe the game's right. Fuck
it. Is this? Why does the whole house stink for the next 18 days?
Yeah.
Like, was this worth it? No, it's not even nutritional. Like, Jesus.
I did have a buddy that introduced me to something somewhat recently that was good. If you're just making like a tuna sandwich, put sardines in the tuna too. It comes out fucking really good.
I mean, I feel like if you put sardines in that canned Starcrest or whatever tuna I'm talking about, it would make.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one with the blue star thing.
That's what I'm talking. It's like got a picture of tuna going like, and it's I feel like it would make it stink less. Like, Jesus Christ. But like, no, like I went from Ohio to like, you know, Marine Corps places. Ended up in like California shortly thereafter. And then like had seafood that was like not shitty. And then one of my best friends was from like Lafayette, Louisiana, and he took me home and then brought me down to New Orleans and gave me like, you know, crawfish and po' boys, and I was like, and they just introduced me to be like seafood that doesn't suck, and I'm like, oh, this is actually quite good, but I was still scared of the idea of sushi because like I grew up eating.
Oh yeah, no,
I grew up eating.
The idea is nasty. It's fucking delicious.
Like
also, real quick, yes, Johnny,
cheese and fucking meatloaf. Like, and then I got to Hawaii for a few years, and I'm like, and then I was in Okinawa. It's just like I just kept getting further and further into the better and better and the cheaper and cheaper like seafood.
Yeah.
Like, and Okinawa was like the pinnacle of like I can buy the best sushi that money can buy, and it costs no money.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was like,
and I'm like, oh my god, like, and now I'm enchanted with it. Like, I can't live without this shit.
Yeah. Also, real quick, Johnny, yes, Camp Hansen was awesome. We are live. Travis Weidemann, the guy who plays the Fonz, will be in here in a little bit, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I fucking can't wait to hang with that guy. Camp Hansen was fun. It was. Yeah, I enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, I mean, like you described the idea, and it's shitty, and it is. But if you like to drink and hang out on the smoke deck and bullshit with Marines,
They let us keep hard liquor in our barracks rooms at Camp Hansen. I got no complaints.
Yeah, fucking, that was a novelty. And no, Johnny, fucking, we actually met on Camp Hansen while we were at the fucking Dirty Worst.
Yeah, 31st Mew.
Yeah.
Third Rad Band. Oh, no shit. I was third Rad Band. I was Radio Recon.
No, he's saying he's 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines.
Oh, no. I my screen's so far away. That's my tiny chat. Yeah. I saw 3RDBN. Oh, no. Yeah, 3rd Battalion. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, we don't have a 5th and 3rd Rad Band. Man, I need to make that bigger if I want to like read off it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Nope, can't rely on that. I can't though. I can't customize a window. I want to take the chat, put it in my other screen, and make it huge. But like,
yeah, it'd be nice if it was a little more dynamic for that. But
yeah. I mean, it's good enough.
It is. What it is.
What's the nickname of 3-5? Is that
I think they're Warhorse. Also, I can hear me in your thing.
Dark Horse?
It may be Dark Horse, but also I can hear me in your thing.
Oh, you all right? I'll make you quieter.
Yeah. Dude, you got stuck doing combat cargo? That fucking sucks. For those at home, there's this thing called a ship tax, where for some reason, if you go on a Navy ship, they don't have enough sailors to do the job to run the ship because the Navy's fucking retarded. So any unit that goes onto it has to supplement people from their units that would otherwise have, a functioning job in the fucking Marine unit, and they have to go do shit on the ship. One of them is fucking combat cargo, where you're pretty much just loading cargo and like dealing with some of the fucking helicopter shit, some of the well deck shit, or you could get stuck doing like mess deck duty, which again, they should just have sailors on the ship whose job that is.
Hang on, Johnny, were you on the Pellu?
But yeah.
That was Dark Horse. That was the unit who was there on my first Mew, because I was there for 2 Mews back to back, which is why I had it right, because like in Rad Bin, Radio Recon, you don't meet that many like grunt unions. I was like small Marine Corps most of the time. Like I was often just one of 6 guys with no Marine Corps around me, which was fucking awesome. All right, Tortuga. All right.
Yeah, which was always kind of like a weird thing talking to you about, because like you were small Marine Corps, I was technically big Marine Corps. Like I was a delivering.
You also did a lot of small Marine Corps shit, because
I did do a lot of small, but like I was a division level asset, right? So like I'd go out and like do fucking small Marine Corps shit. It's like I still had to know everything. And it was, I don't know, kind of weird. So you're that 09 shit. You were doing that fucking way back in the day, fucking.
That's fine.
Shit.
No, I was on the Pellu with 3-5, and we did this amazing training exercise in the Philippines, and like I think it was called Crow Valley. It's just like a post pyroclastic flow, like volcanic valley in the Philippines, where we just did a whole bunch of like forward observation shit. Just blew up a bunch of cars with like helicopters and like Harriers. It was so fun. And we had a few Tagalog linguists with us, and we just talking about eating raw horse. We might have eaten a dog.
I ate dog in Korea, but I went down and hunted it down because we were in Seoul. We didn't
hunt down a dog. He went hunting down a restaurant that did dog good.
Yes. It didn't
I
even
watched
good
Filipino Marines hunt down a dog.
Yeah, but fucking we're like we're in Korea. Koreans eat dogs, right? We got to go find dogs. And then one dude's like, that's just a stereotype that doesn't exist. And then we found the dogs. Oddly enough, it wasn't Koreans doing it. It was some African immigrants that only spoke French that we found in downtown Seoul, Korea. And like they were making the dog, and we're like, I'm fucking whatever, dude. Give me the plate.
I should do my shit. You want the dog? Yeah, no, I got labeled a shit bag because I couldn't run. I had some court shit. I got to do some cool shit. Sorry about the shit, but I'm glad you got to do some cool shit.
I mean,
Shit
fucking
meant so many things in that sentence. I love it.
Yeah, but isn't cool doing the cool shit like the reason you're there though? Because like you're not doing it to do it. You're doing it to sometimes you're doing it to do it, but most of the time you're doing it to tell people you fucking did it later.
Yeah, got you to DM right for the. I got to fucking pull string for artillery.
That's fun.
As a fucking linguist on a reconnaissance team, that was fucking like, because they were just like, hey, like we got nothing else going on. You guys want to go down and hang out with Artie down in the valley? We're just like, yeah, we haven't shot the shit with Artie in a while, and they were just like, you guys want to get hazed? But it was like not your standard like, we hate you like hazing. It was just like, we've got a ceremony, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna punch and kick the shit out of you for a little bit. You're gonna bite this thing, and you're gonna pull the string, and everyone's gonna celebrate and have a really good time. Like that, like the Artie guys were so fucking cool.
Yeah, and then like it depends on what unit you are, but like a lot of them too. Like after you pull the lanyard, you have to fight or you have to punch the fucking gun chief. But everyone else is making sure that you can't punch the gun chief. But
yeah, no, they're just beat the shit out of you. They trying to punch the gun chief. Like, but it was like it was all like fucking like hooting and hollering and laughing. Like everyone was like, but also like very professional. Like they're being safe. They're like, yeah, this is a ceremony. It's not like the fucking Navy does with like beating the shit out of you when you cross the equatorial line or whatever. It's just like, yeah, no, you're gonna be a little sore at the end of this, but like, do you want to do it? And it's entirely consensual. Like, we're really into it, and you're like, well, I can't resist the atmosphere. Like, and that gun's really big, and I kind of want to make it go boom. So like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Like, really neat guys.
His platoon was the Ghost Ride the fucking MRAP dudes. That's fun. You ever see that video? Fucking, it was like from the like late 2000s, and back when like ghost riding was a thing, where like you put the car in autopilot is not what you call it in a car. You turn on the cruise control and have it drive 2 miles an hour, and you get out of the car and like dance or whatever. But people were doing that with like MRAPs and Humvees and shit.
Oh, you guys started a TikTok trend 20 years
10
ago.
years beforehand.
Nah, it was probably a lot safer when you guys did it. Shit.
Dude, no, that's something weird to fucking think about though too. Like just how long ago that shit was, because like I think was it like 2 weeks ago was the 20th anniversary of the first Battle of Fallujah. It's like 2004 wasn't 20 years ago. Oh shit.
Yeah. No, I was really comfortable with Halo Combat Evolved turning 20 a few years back, but then Halo 2 turned 20, and that really made me upset. All right, it's going to turn 20 this year, and I was just like, Halo 2 can't be 20. That's no, I don't like that. I don't like the sound of them apples. Will, yeah, it's hunting season.
Yeah. Sorry. No, and Halo 2 was the best one as far as I'm concerned. I mean, granted, I didn't play anything after ODST, so I mean, I don't know what the fuck came after that, but like, I liked Halo 2 more than Halo.
Halo 2 had heart. It was a really good story. The Arbiter was the main character. Wasn't supposed to be. Just kind of is. Like,
well, that he was Keith David, right?
Yeah, Keith David's the shit.
Yeah,
like, fucking love him.
Yeah,
Johnny's unit did back-to-back Fallujah.
That's fun.
Good time in hell.
Yeah.
Nope, never went to the sandbox. Never played in the sand. Spent all my time in the Pacific. Yeah.
I got a good round out of it. Like I think the only place I didn't go was fucking Iraq. Like I spent 3 years in Afghanistan, never stepped foot in Iraq. Been to Kuwait, been to Saudi Arabia, been to Jordan.
Navigated. Yeah, you did like every region between your two jobs. Like
most of it was combat camera, but yeah.
Very cool career. Like in your books, your combat camera books that you've got. Like, yeah, I mean you could probably pull them up if you want to show them off. Like they're the tits. Like your career was very like just it was colorful. It's like I think a good way to describe it. Like you got a taste for a lot of flavors the Marine Corps had to offer. Like I feel like I saw very little of the Marine Corps itself. Like because like I said, it was like kind of part of the smaller Marine Corps. Like I didn't get siphoned into a letter company for just like listening signals intelligence. Thank God. Like you don't join the Marine Corps to do a desk job.
No.
I mean something.
Yeah, no. And I thought combat camera was a fucking great MLS because like for the most part, grunts only see grunt shit, artillery guys only see artillery shit, fucking mechanics only see mechanic shit. It's like, oh, I get to bounce around and go hang out with everybody. This is a good time. That and I did use it a lot to like, I don't want to say abuse my power with it, but it was like, these guys are going to this place and they need a photographer. I need to go do that.
No, that's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cool thing about like being like radio reconnaissance, not like like amphibious reconnaissance, was like they take you on all the recon things with the grunts, and they also stick you into the like intel positions and like skiffs and jigs and things like that. You just got a lot of perspective. Not on like big Marine Corps, but just on like, you know, big operations. It was really fun. And Johnny, I'm reading all your comments. I just want to say I met Dark Horse in 2014 after you got out, but they were still like the shit. And I worked with Dark Horse and the Bastards back to back, and I just really enjoyed the efficiency of 3.5. They were dope.
And what's funny about the fucking 2-4 guys that were there with us is a lot of their NCOs were junior Marines with me in Afghanistan 4 years before that, but they were in 3-4 instead of fucking 2-4. And it was like neat, they all bounced over there. So I get over there and I knew a lot of the fucking sergeants. I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's it going? It's a good time.
Yeah, it was fun running into people again and again.
I mean, Marine Corps really is fucking small if you fucking bounce around a lot. You're gonna.
Well, like that's one of the things I really like about the book Starship Troopers. Like it captures that, like, you know, the mobile infantry is kind of small, like especially in a war of attrition. Like no, you stay in the Marine Corps for 5-6 years. In your case, like 10, 11 years. Like you're gonna see people again. Like they're gonna circle around.
All right, hey! All right, everybody. Travis, what's up?
Hey,
hello.
Finally.
Yeah, where the fuck you been, man? What's up? For ladies and gentlemen, fucking if you're not been watching the whole time, this is Travis Weidemann. He voices a few people in the Smokepit Fiarytales novels, mainly the Fonz.
Orale.
He is not, however, Salvadorian.
No, but you fucking convinced me.
Yeah, I was telling Chuck about where what's to it. I'm like, nah, this dude's white, and he's like, no, he's not.
No, our beards are actually the same color. As you
No, I'm actually just a dude dressed as a dude playing another dude.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as a dude.
So what's up, dude?
No, you. I've been wanting to say this. Like your Fonz is just the shit. Trip and I listen to every chapter together. After he gets them mixed up before he posts them online. And the first time you started doing Fonz lines, I was just like, holy shit, where'd you find this guy? Like his performance and recording is at such a high quality. And it was just like at the point, like, just like, oh my god, like you just like normally Trip tells me when he finds somebody who's like a gem, and I think he was like, I don't know, did you want to surprise me?
Well, thank you, man. Yeah, no, it's honestly, I can chalk it up to a walk-in closet and autism, but
that is how I recorded all of my lines in book 1. Walk-in closet, all of the hanging clothes, they do a fantastic job at muffling.
They really do. You
It's
just got to kind of put yourself in just the right angle for it.
Yep. The more clutter in the closet, the better.
Exactly. And I'm married, so that's easy.
I hope she has a lot of dresses and stuff hanging up in there. Like,
no, I think he was saying it's easy to pretend or to stay in the closet while you're married.
Either or, you know. I mean, I was told there was going to be a circle jerk at some point anyway, so you know, I'm kind of like into whatever.
You're supposed to do that with the strippers at your bachelor party.
That was a long fucking time ago.
Yes. And TTT Crash. Hey there, Jarhead. Just getting to this part of the series. Part 2 of the series. Highly enjoying it. Oh, dude. Spoilers, man. Like, we're going to talk about book 2.
We're talking about the second book, man. But yeah, thanks for sticking around.
And the statute of limitation on book 2 has ended, and also the Titanic sinks. Yes. I didn't mean to fuck that up for you, but
also, by the way, speaking of talented voice acting, I always forget that you're also French.
I did that good a job?
No, Prince was amazing because honestly, this is my thing, right? Like, so I started out having an idea about this whole voice acting thing because from a very early age, I had an affinity for like copying people around me. And I grew up in a super fucking
for sure. My favorite uncle did it. My funny uncle did it. And like,
Yeah.
did you have one of those? Like when you were a kid, like you had an impressionist, like uncle or relative?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was that, and I had a fascination with James Bond and Monty.
I want to do voices. What?
Yeah, and so I had this whole like British alter ego thing going on, and
oh, okay,
you know,
all right.
I never really. He was just a cooler version of myself that women seem to appreciate a lot more and actually made me jealous. Of course, it's just kind of how it happens. There's this version of me living rent free in my head that just probably could have gone a lot further in life if I let him take the reins.
Trip, you got an interesting comment in Instagram you're going to want to address in a minute.
But by the way, Trip, did you ever tell anyone the super weird coincidence with your first book and my real life? No, but I do remember you telling me about it, and that's a fun thing. It involves Oceanside and Persian strippers and fucking, like not the immortal Iraq part, but like a lot of the rest of it. It's like, oh, those are fun story beats.
You know what? I should probably open this up on another app so I can like see what's going on.
So there's two comment streams going on.
Yeah, like Vince isn't going to show you the Instagram one, but like in the window you're talking to us in now, there's a button on the side that says comments, and if you click,
no, Travis just joined the Instagram one. So
okay, all right, there we go.
Yeah,
I cool. Assume I have things going on.
Yeah.
No, but but British our alter ego, fucking, you also goddamn nailed it as fucking Chardance.
Thank you, but yeah, so that was my whole thing. I had this thing going on with.
I forgot you were Chardance. Shit. All right, yeah, no, sorry. Say what you were gonna say.
Oh yeah, yeah,
no, I'm fanboy over you. But no, please continue.
Shit, no, but yeah, so I had this whole thing where like when Trip was looking for voice actors, I put myself out there. Just because I have this ability to be, I can kind of fit into a certain groove when it comes to regional accents in the UK. And I knew from reading the books that most of the Varescents had UK accents. And that's been my bread and butter since I was like 5 or 6 years old. And one day Trip just hits me up on Messenger after me saying British characters. He sends me
like, hey, you want to play Mexican, dude?
Yeah, he was like, hey, can you do Mexican? And I don't know why it didn't really click, because my whole life I've been a racial minority. It's weird, but the neighborhood I grew up in was probably 80 to 90% Hispanic. And then I moved down here to Corpus Christi, Texas, where the whole city is 80 to 90% Hispanic. Mm-hmm. So it's a voice I'm hearing in my head all the time that I had no idea I could pull off.
You didn't know you had
so I stood in front of a microphone and I was just able to pull from like 50,000 people I've known throughout my whole life and just whatever. And there's the Fonz. Although I will say, I personally don't feel like I had the Fonz really nailed down till about chapter 10. But that's just me.
But I know what you mean. My original French lines somewhere in book 1. Nobody remembers probably that he's in there because I hadn't decided what I was going to do with him yet. But then when we bring it back in book 2, and I don't know, I also think that Trip gave Prince a lot more like character in book 2. Like the narration surrounding him and Hank's inner monologue describing how he felt about him made it a lot easier to really characterize the Prince. Because it's like, fuck this guy, I hate him.
Your French voice was mint. Your French voice sounded exactly like what I heard in my head when I read the book. And my favorite part of this, my favorite part of the whole thing was having Diane in the same scene with us, and we did not sound like American idiots. That was like the test trip. Exactly. But I was like, shit, we're gonna be in the scene. There's gonna be me, at least one other dude, And we're going to be in a scene where an actual British person who obviously has an actual British accent is in the same dialogue with us. I hope I don't sound like trash. Right?
I was actually, I don't know, there's a little bit of like, you know, Trip and I like talked a lot about like casting. He was a little stressed about the Fonz. I don't know if you mentioned, and I had a few like, you know, Hispanic friends who I was like hitting up, like I was like, oh, I've got a few guys I can call up. Maybe they've been willing to jump in. Literally none of them even responded. Like they just had so little interest. And then Trip's like, I got a guy. It's good. And I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to hear it. And like I didn't hear anything back. And then like I'm listening to the chapter and I was like, holy shit. But I forgot that you were Chardance. Because like I actually had like low key like Chardance envy. Like I was just like, oh, I'd really like to play that role. I love the character. I think he's really cool.
He is. Chardance is a badass, and
like practicing some Chardance voices, but Trip's like, no, I've got the Fonz lined up for Chardance. I'm just like, oh, he's diverse. And then I heard your Chardance voice. I was just like, thank fucking God, Trip, is Chardance. You're amazing. Like, and it was like, I remember like just like hitting pause, like hard space bar and pause, like Trip, holy shit, dude, this guy's amazing. And Trip's like, I know, right? And then we were like, gushing about like what a good Chardance you had. Like,
well,
just
thanks, man. I mean, like, I just be doing shit, but
you made him sound larger than life. You know, calm, cool, just like you killed it. It was
like,
awesome.
Yeah. Like I imagine it was like fucking Charles Dance in fucking Game of Thrones. You know,
but calmer.
And like I said, he's it's. All that was British Travis. It's just somebody who's way cooler than me who lives in my head, and I'll never be as good as him. You know, it's just I can't even really take credit for that. That's
how the fuck do you think I feel about Hank?
These men have probably fought together, likely killed together, and if you're lucky, they won't throw you over the balcony and find a bleeding corpse on the ground in the morning. So it was like, I was just like, dude, you're gravelly, you're like sinister. When he was talking down to France, like
it was so well written, yeah.
These men have fought together, probably killed together. Like it's just like, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is awesome. I'm like in love with the characterization of this.
You know, it helps when my voice is already half fucking broken as it is. You know, I already have a rasp, I already have a certain accent and a certain timbre in my voice, so it's knowing where I fit comfortably in the whole like spectrum of British accents. It's not hard for me to just drop about a half a tone and rest in the back of my throat and just pronounce words a bit differently. And here it is. It's just me, but cooler. That's all it is. You know.
What you were in that chapter was Jason Statham, but without the comedy.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a Birmingham Stoke-on-Trent kind of thing.
You took the cognac. It was like none of the street, but like all of the like names. It was I was just like, dude, he's got such presence. It was so cool. And like like you're saying, you didn't fully characterize the Fonz until like chapter 10, but like
I liked him the whole time.
Yeah, I liked you the whole time. I'm glad you felt comfortable later, but like you were killing it from Face Dog.
Well, thank you. My whole thing was like when the first chapter or two, I felt like it was a little too much Cheech Marine, but that was just me. I'm a musician, so I'm always hypercritical. I'm never ever going to like my own work. It's just
I hear you.
And that gives you the other thing I wanted to say about that chapter where you and Fritz are having their death talk, you realize I was actually playing three characters in that dialogue.
Yeah, because Doc was in there too, and that was crazy. Like when I saw the track list.
So was Jerry. I was Jerry, Doc, and Fritz in chapter
Jerry's
1.
a totally fucking different person too. I love how you can be Doc, and Doc is like a really like funny, like chill, smart guy, and you can be Fritz as a total dickbag. And then you also pulled off being Jerry, who I kind of read as a cool guy, but also a complete fucking dweeb.
A little bit of a chode. Yeah, I'm really into my maths. My job is cool. Everything we do is awesome. You don't understand me. Like, Trip and I were workshopping the Jerry voice on call one night, and I was just like, what if we just gave him a fucking what was his name? Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
And that was like, I'm not gonna actually try to sound exactly like Patrick Warburton because my voice is just nowhere near as deep as that guy's. But like, just try to get into the tone that he
Right.
talks. Like
Right.
I like what you don't understand here is that we're combining American technology with fluorescent technology, and it's just like you don't get it. And Trip's like, I wrote a poem, or Hank's like, I wrote a poem. It's like, yeah, Trip, you and Hank are the same person in my mind.
Yeah,
It's like, you wrote that, like, and it's the same kind of excitement that Patrick Warburton gets, like, oh yeah, like, and it's like really throaty. He talks like so in this part of my larynx that barely exists, so I can like barely tap in. I feel like he had a really developed like lower larynx, like, oh my god, like, and it was so like, I don't know, I was like, well, that sounds different. That's going to be a really good way to distinguish from the other two voices I'm doing and the same conversation, because there are literally lines in that chapter, and I was so stressed like going into it. I was like, okay, Doc Fritz and Jerry actually
but it folded together fucking well. It was good. Also, fucking goddamn Dom saying he was a medic. His girl's name was Jasmine, who was Filipino, and he had a shitbox fucking Mustang. So yeah, no, fucking there's a lot of
and that's what the fucking disclaimer's for, guys.
There's a lot of parallelisms in there.
First page disclaimer.
Did you stalk this guy, Mr. Miso?
Yeah, and then what was the other one? Fucking Doc is like Hank's Jiminy Cricket, who just doesn't give a fuck now and then again. But yeah, no, fucking what I was gonna go into it was fucking with the Fonz. Like, I think he nailed it the whole time, but I fucking loved your delivery, especially on I forget what number the chapter is, but it's the one where like Fonz is like, all right, I'm gonna get my job back. And then that chapter is just the Fonz fucking killing
the poem. The one where I read the poem.
I mean, that was good, but that was also really good.
That's
like,
the one that ended with I'm going to get my job.
It was the same chapter as the dead letter off of what's his name's corpse.
No, because McMillan died. They read the letter, and then that chapter ended, and then the next chapter started with the Fonz going back on patrol.
Yeah, I think I made a note about that too. Like I said something in the beginning of the recording where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to knock all 3 chapters out today, but the Fonz is just cussing and yelling this whole chapter, so I might not have a voice by the end of this. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that was in the reel.
Yeah,
Fonz's voice like costly to you? Like, is it like painful to do?
No, it's really not. I thought it would be, but it's really not that much of a jump from how I already talk, and that's why like
say that like, you sound like a completely different person. You to me that you are the Fonz. I've listened to these chapters like multiple times, and I'm just like, oh shit, like yeah, that's you. Like no,
it's I feel like they all still kind of sound like me. That's why I'm glad I never had to talk to myself like you did. You were able to be 3 different people. I feel like they're kind of all 3 different versions of me.
So don't worry about it.
But no, it was it was fun actually. I don't think I actually had any real vocal issues coming out of that. I think right at the beginning when I started recording, my kids kept bringing home some bullshit virus that was going around. So it was like I got started on my recording kind of late, and I was losing my voice for the first few chapters that I recorded, just because kids are fucking petri dishes, and I got 2 that are both in elementary school. And so after that finally cleared up, I was able to actually get a feel for the character, and that's when I felt like. But yeah, no, like that was probably the most fun I had, is the chapter after the poem, and I'm gonna get my job back, because I got to just that, and when Fonz cusses out Amemnon.
Oh yeah.
That was so fucking cathartic, because I had this picture of this chief that I had in the Navy in my head the whole time. I was just imagining his face in front of me and all the things I wish I would have been able to say if I wasn't, a shitty little E4 dirtbag. And it was classic.
I probably said all the things the Chiefs that you would have liked to have said, and that was because, well, I really like to pride myself on being somebody who's like generally lawful good. I seem to have this problem when I was in the Marines of just occasionally
slipping straight into chaotic evil.
Yeah, disassociating like right into chaotic evil when it came to like just specifically enlisted uppers behaving outside of their purview. And when you're on ship, so many jobs cross over with each other. There's so much like just people doing stupid things that don't make any sense. And it's like Yeah, no, it's a small boat and all, but like, I think I can get away with it. And I just specifically did not respect Chiefs. And I'm sorry for anyone in the chat who's a Chief, but like, Chiefs made me so goddamn mad. E7's in the Navy.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing, and like
one I've ever
it's
met.
it's
Like,
it's it's this it's a real thing because there is. My dad didn't join the military, but all of my older relatives were military. And I had a certain expectation of what I was getting into. And I had a certain expectation of senior enlisted that were like supposed to be the guys that defended you from the douchebag officers. They were supposed to be the guys that have been there, done that, remember where they came from. And I got to tell you, I only knew one or two chiefs like that my whole time, man. Everybody else,
yeah, because most of the fucking dudes that join the military that actually give a shit get out because they're like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
sorry, Lance Corporal, you're on your own.
The Marine Corps has a good way of splitting those kinds of characters at the gunny rank, at the chief rank. Like, okay, so master guns or first sergeant. Do you want to promote early or stay in your job because you give a shit? Like, I mean, again, sorry if I'm offending.
There's a real good ditty to remember that. What is it? The stars come out at night, and diamonds are a girl's best friend, but bombs and rifles win wars.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's not familiar with that, so like in the Marine Corps, after E7, E8, and 9, you split, or you can split, and a first sergeant has a diamond on his rank, and a sergeant major has a star, and then a master sergeant and a master gunnery sergeant have rifles and bombs.
Yeah. And you know, like, we need first sergeants, we need sergeant majors. Yeah. I mean, it comes down to like organizational values and interests. Yeah. Like, you know, like maybe we don't need, maybe we could do it with the same rank.
Well, the Army has them fucking split. So like you're an E8 and you're a master sergeant, and then like if you get put into a first sergeant billet, you'll be a first sergeant while you're there.
Yeah, maybe
we go back to your job and be a fucking.
Maybe we could do it like the Army does it. Maybe we could do it like the Navy does it, and just not differentiate the rank, but like you just get put into positions. Like, but in the Marine Corps, they choose to be like, no, you are going administrative, then you're going the administrative rank. I like that differentiation because it's just like, no, like this is what you are now. Like, and I like that is the one that comes up first because like, no, you wanted to promote earlier, like, and go administrative, like you get out of your job now, and then you go into like admin bullshit, like, and I like being mad at admin bullshit. It's comforting, you know, and it affords some stability. It's something we can all unify behind. But like Chiefs. There's no way of differentiating them. Like it's just like on ship, like they could be any job. I never really learned how to read the chest patch that said what you did. Like I got really frustrated as a dumb knuckle dragging cran eating Marine. Like I'm just
then again, like the most ones you're ever gonna see is fucking RPs, fucking docs, and every once in a while a fucking MP. But besides that, like
but they
like,
got
like you're never gonna see a guy with a surface or with a fucking surface warfare or a fucking subsurface fucking warfare pin and like be expected to know what the fuck that even is.
Well, when I was in language school, like one of my classmates who was an Army sergeant, she picked up staff sergeant, and I started calling her staff sergeant, and she was like a little put off at first because she's like, you just call me sergeant, and I'm just like, you're a staff sergeant now. But like it didn't make any sense to me because like in the Army they just
sergeant, they will serge you.
They call sergeant first classes sergeant. Like I'm just like,
yeah.
Like and I was calling sergeant first classes on base sergeant because I was on our sergeant first class because I was on an Army installation. There I was just like fucking Marines. And I'm just like, but it's your rank. I really wish you had a shorter way of saying it. But like that's your rank and like petty officer first class. I'm just like and I'm just like I don't know how to say this. I was on a ship tax like you were describing earlier. I was on mess hall, which I volunteered for like an asshole, and I got stuck on it for a while. And we had an HN1 who was in charge of us at first. They had too many fucking corpsmen, I guess. And then we had an OS1. Why are you in charge of mess deck? You must have fucked up. Because that's like cyber warfare or some shit. Like OS, what is that? I don't remember. You could tell me, maybe, Travis. OS?
I was a dirt sailor. I was an MA, a Master at Arms. And when you're a Master at Arms at a fucking lower 48 CONUS fucking air station, you're basically just a cop in a fucking blueberry uniform. That's all it was. I mean, I started out as a gate guard, and then you get your qualifications, and then you're just a dude writing traffic tickets. That's all it was. The only thing was with me was they didn't really like me much because I tended to pull over higher ranking people more often. But
hey, that's profiling.
Yes.
They had a blue sticker on their car. That's why you pulled them over. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, they got away with the stickers eventually because they realized that it was bad OPSEC.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Half the time when somebody was driving around running stop signs and red lights and shit, it was somebody who thought they were important, but they really weren't. and the great thing about being in that position,
it was important.
The great thing about being a master at arms that I took to the fullest extent was that once you are the guy initiating any sort of traffic stop or any kind of like stuff in the line of your duties, rank goes out the fucking window. Your badge weighs more than any rank on anybody's collar except for maybe base skipper. And I loved that personally because that was my favorite part about the job. I'd say some shit and they'd be like, yeah, that's a sir to you. And I'm like, all right, yeah, press hard, 3 copies, sir. Yeah, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I was just looking at DOI down the building. Yeah, the only way to address NCO in the Army is corporal, sergeant, first sergeant, sergeant major. Board question. LOL. Like, yeah, it's just like, it made me really uncomfortable. And after being addressed by the Marines in her class as staff sergeant, she started to feel like, and she's getting called sergeant by all of her soldiers. She's like, she started to feel like, no, fuck this. Like, I should be called staff sergeant. Like, I'm staff, And she was like, no, the Marines are doing it right. Then I got on ship and it became so complicated because, like, all right, so like
first class, second class. No, wait, no, I'm a sergeant now. Hey, you got chiefs and then fuck the rest of y'all, and that's usually how it works. No, but one of the funnest thing to do with other branches
is typically the way that I addressed anybody in the petty officer class. Just excuse me, just like excuse me, and then just like they didn't realize that I wasn't saying the rank because, like, I'm sorry, petty officer first class is too long, and I'm not reading your name tag that says CS1, OS1, HM1. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck you are. Like, and how are you supposed to memorize everybody's rate? And then rank is supposed to be right here. Marines are stupid. It's supposed to be easy.
Yeah, no, the funnest one though was like when you're on a joint base and you have some like junior fucking enlisted Air Force guys where their E1 has a fucking like shiny rank on their fucking service uniform, and you walk past them and you fucking salute them and say good morning, sir, or good morning, ma'am, and they freak the fuck out because they don't know what the fuck they're supposed to do. Because like, that guy's got a lot of stripes. Why is he saluting me?
There's a terminal lance about that, and I mean it happened to me a few times when I first got to language school, like joint unit base, like see Navy guys, they got shiny shit. Like there was a great terminal lance comic where like a Marine salutes, like he's like, no, I'm just an E3, just like you, we're the same rank, and he's just like. You got shiny shit in your collar. I'm trying to salute shiny shit. Why are you fucking with my mind?
I remember that comic. That was very true too. The one thing I will say I appreciated, because I worked with a lot of Marines because I was at a joint reserve base, and we pulled over a lot of we pulled a lot of Marines into our billet to help us stand watch a couple times.
I was going to say, you pulled over a lot of Marines?
No. We pulled them over into our duty sections to stand watch at the gates. And what's it called? The one thing that I loved was in the Navy, E4 doesn't really mean that much. It just means you're a human being now. E3 and below aren't people, and E4 is when you're a person. You don't really get any privileges or like, command stuff or any kind of authority out of being an E4. It doesn't mean shit. It just means you exist. And in the Marines, a corporal actually has a little bit of weight. You're actually in charge of some people.
You're an NCO. You're not a fucking specialist.
Yeah. So like,
specialist was literally invented to entice people with bachelor's degrees to enlist instead of commissioning because they were at a like exorbitant rate of commissions at the time.
Right.
Like, please enlist. Like, you could be an E4. We're not going to make you an NCO. You have no experience, but we'll make you an E4 right off the bat. Which was like, as a Marine, we're like, fuck you.
No.
Yeah. Like, well, me being a third class in the Navy didn't really mean fuck all to any Navy people. So it was hard to get shit done that way. But if I had a bunch of Marines with me, they'd be like, hey, petty officer. And I'm like, fucking hell, I can do my job.
Yeah.
Like they acknowledge that, like I am an NCO. so I can fucking, do shit like an NCO and run this post and make sure shit happens right. And like all the Navy people wanted to do that weren't MAs was bitch and complain about how their feet hurt and this isn't their job and they got voluntold. If I had a Marine on shift with me, I'd be like, here, hey buddy, you want a gun? They'd be like, fuck yeah, I want a gun. I'd be like, hey, here, hold this gun, stand there and look tough and yell at people. They're like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, we're going to have a great day.
You want a treat? No, we're real dumb. I really enjoyed my ship tax because like I was just like, hey, like it seems like nobody's climbed behind this the dragon, the big steaming dishwashing machine and like mucked it out in like 18,000 years. That's bad. And he was like, yeah, I mean, it seems like nobody needs to. And I was just like, seems like a really good way to kill time and sell their uniforms to get them to give us all coveralls. And like, because they were like, no, you don't get coveralls. You're a Marine. You wear your deserts. And we got them all fucked up crawling out of that machine. And I was just like, oh, look how filthy we are. And we don't get to do laundry for 4 days. It'd be really cool if I had coveralls. And they're just like, all right, fine. Fuck you. Here you go. Coveralls. Like 3 sizes too big. But I was like, yeah, coveralls. I get to run around on ship with coveralls now. Like, I feel so cool. And then you're like, I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know this, plug your ears if you're environmental in any way, like throwing trash overboard.
Yeah, fucking. Well, yeah, like all the garbage just goes straight into the fucking ocean, and it's like, what the fuck is this global warming where they're fucking hearing about? Like, I'm pretty sure that's the Navy's fault.
If it was plastic, we melted it down and turned it into tiny little like flat cylinders. They were really cool, and then they got flown off with the next refuel like meat, maybe. Unless there wasn't a free refill meat in sight and we had enough fuel, and then they'd probably toss them overboard. All bio goes overboard. All metals gets recycled to be taken off board on the next swap, unless there's not a swap in sight and we have plenty of fuel, in which case overboard. It's just like, oh my god, like we never threw plastic overboard. I don't know. Sometimes the plastic pile was there and then it wasn't there and we hadn't had a swap meet and then there was a big pile of overboard and it was just like, oh man, this is all for overboard. Like,
yeah, no, and like this though is, or I guess this conversation in general is one of the things that I'm happy about with the fucking audiobooks, because like 99.999% of all media that is related to the military, it's like, all right, I'm gonna get some dipshit fucking actor to play this role. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And fucking in these audiobooks, fucking, I don't think I've casted any Marines that like weren't at least in the military, I mean, I don't think I have any airmen. I know I have an Army guy somewhere, but it's all Marines and fucking sailors. And it's fun. It's fun because it's like, I don't have to coach you through saying, yeah, you stupid POG. They just know, yeah, no, you dumb fucking pogue. And it's like, oh, they threw fucking in there, and they made it personal because something happened in their past, and they
personalized it. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, you don't have any airmen, so you got all the branches covered. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any airmen in the fucking books.
Everybody out there is an airman. I respect the Air Force. They're good at what they do.
They're just not what this story's about.
No, if you want to see the Air Force do cool shit, go watch Battle LA.
Yeah, no, because like I got Doc, who's a Marine. I got the Fonz, who was fucking Navy. Fucking my buddy Matt. I
Doc was Navy. Fonz is a Marine.
No, yeah, okay. Doc was in the Navy, but the person playing him was a Marine.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Fonz,
really
yeah.
Funny. Yeah, no, all right, my bad.
Yeah, but then like fucking the guy that plays Fowler, he was a Marine. My buddy Matt, who I kind of use like a Swiss Army knife, like, hey, I need this filled, and everybody else fell out. Fucking boom, you. He comes in fucking clutch a lot. He was a fucking sailor. Fucking actually, now that I think about it, like the only people that like weren't fucking military were fucking Hollis and fucking Diane, and both of them bring their fucking A game anyway. So I mean, and they don't play fucking military people. Well, actually, Hollis played fucking Gunny Chancellworth, and she fucking sold that, but like that wasn't military as much as like be a bitch. And fucking Hollis is fucking great at being an asshole.
Her drunken Marine Corps ball lines were fucking
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man. She was so good.
Dude, and I thought she was fucking great as fucking Satin also.
She was. Yeah. 2 books in a row. She was killing it. Knocked it out of the park. And like, yeah, like she's not doing like a voice or whatever, but like never would have placed him as the same like voice actor. I remember asking you when Satin came along, I'm like, who's this again? And you're like, oh, this is the same one as Gunny Chance with. I'm like, oh shit, totally different character, totally different lines. She got in the character really well, like really nailed it.
Yeah, fucking and then back with fucking Matt, like I think I had him play like 15 people in the fucking first book, and they all sounded different. It was fucking great. Yeah, and then
are you still in the chat?
Is Matt still in the chat? Fucking, I haven't been checking the comments. I'm sorry, man.
But we got an airman in the chat. I'm pretty sure Crash.
TTT Crash. What's up, dude? Hey, there you go.
I swear, I cursed like a fucking non-gay sailor. I said I'd rather you curse like a gay sailor. Like, show me what you got.
Yeah. I don't really trust straight sailors. They're fucking hiding something.
Maybe.
But fucking what else?
We still got Matt. Yeah.
And then fucking
so many lines in the first book, so many characters. There were so many characters, and you were all over the place.
Actually, where's my fucking thing? I think for people watching at home, fucking, we're gonna be talking to Matt on the 14th. It's gonna be that. And then this was supposed to be a one-on-one, but I fucking accidentally double booked y'all. So that's what we're dealing with here. But
I'm really happy to get to meet Travis. Like, you should do this more often. Like, we get to hang out and like actually meet each other.
I need to do one of these where it's like a bunch of fucking people instead of just trying to like one-on-one it.
Well, it's a lot better because when you do one-on-one, there's going to be lulls in the conversation. She'll just be sitting there staring at each other like
but like back when I was
with their dick out or something, and you know.
Yeah, no, but then my hesitancy with that though is fucking back when I was doing like the fucking podcast fucking thing, I'd have multiple people on, and like it always just got too confusing, and there was a lot of and then people talking over each other, and you didn't get fucking.
I think 3 or 4 is probably a good like limit for that. More than that, and it's like I mean, you've been on Discord calls where you're just trying to have a conversation, not even one that needs to be like intelligible to other people, but like you can't even talk to each other because like you get dominant personality. It's like being in a meeting at that point. Like, okay, some people just aren't gonna talk.
No, but then also on top of that, back to the other fucking thing, we're not talking about this yet because it's not on YouTube. But fucking Diane's got like a handful of fucking roles in the fucking 3rd book, and like it's just ungodly.
And, oh my god, did I gush like a little like a sieve? I was just like, oh my god, dude. Like, wait, who was that? And you were like, Diane. I'm like, oh my god, dude, she's amazing. Like, like Travis, you heard those lines?
I have, where she's the old lady and shit. Fucking fantastic.
She's astounding. Yeah. I love her. I was just like, God. Also,
the book 3 was fun. It was a nice little change of pace because like Fonz was so.
We're not talking about book 3 too much because it's not on YouTube yet.
Yeah. So
keep specifics out of it.
Can we talk about? Am I allowed to talk about the character that he played in book 3 and how he played it?
Which one?
Toshi.
No, sure. No specifics.
What about like before the call when I talked about like I mean, this is just going to be
Sheila. Yeah, if it's just that, sure, yeah.
There's going to be Sheila dick sucking. You played Toshi lines in book 3.
Yeah, that was different from me.
I have known the guy who played Toshi in book 2 for 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And your first Toshi line, I dare say, I said aloud, "Oh yay, Lamana."
Yeah.
And I didn't say it was funny for me because he like what I was trying to do, like I don't know why I can do accents the way I do because I already have an accent that is very, very obvious. You can tell where I'm from as soon as I open my mouth. When I was actually trying to sound like Lamana because I loved his Toshi in book 2. Like he was a fucking amazing.
That is more or less. And like I said, I've known him for 11 years. Like that is more or less just his straight voice. He's talking in character, but like the accent that he's portraying is just he's not changing his accent at all. He's just changing his diction.
And that's the thing. I was trying to remove my accent when I took on that character, and I don't know if anybody else can hear it, but I felt like my Southern accent actually got stronger when I was trying to remove it, and I made Toshi sound like cowboy as fuck.
Well,
I didn't think you did.
No, I don't think you did. What I wanted to say was like the first Toshi line. I was just like, "Oh, hey, Lamana." Like, and I said that out loud, like to Trip, and Trip didn't say anything. And then you spoke 2 more lines. And I was like, "Not Lamana." But like, I'm a pretty good like auditory guy. Like, I'm pretty good. Like, I'm watching a show. I can probably tell you like who all the voice actors are. Like, and I just want to say like, you doing Toshi, like line 1 and 2, like had me fooled. Keep talking.
Thank you.
That's not the man I have known for 11 years.
Well,
like,
good. I got a comment on Instagram from
he was my
Idom the Builder. You got it right the second time. It's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas. Yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean, if you can't,
you had me. Yeah. You gotta stand up. Sure. Yeah. The fact that you had me for a second that you were my 11-year friend.
Well, shit.
I think it's
that's good to know.
Like, and I took a few seconds. I'm like, wait, that's not Lamana. Trip, who is that? And he's like, the Fonz. I'm like, you're shitting me. I'm like, dude, he is so good.
Well, thank you.
And we had to press pause and talk about how good you were for a few minutes. And I just wanted you to know that happened because, like,
well, thank you. I was worried about that one because I felt like I didn't conceal my accent well at all. So that's good to hear.
No, you were all over it, and I was just like, man, this is one of those things where like a cartoon series like the Batman, like somebody dies or like somebody gets in an argument with the union and like gets replaced, and it's trivia that you know that because no basic listener is going to know that. And like the only reason I knew that was because like maybe a little bit of like just being really good at like auditory, but also like I've known Lamana for a really long time. Like he was my NCO when I first got to the unit, and then he was my team leader for wow. Like a year. Like I've known him for a long time. Like I met him in 2013. Yeah, and he went from being a guy who was so far above me that I was terrified of him to being like somebody we're kind of on the same level with, to like, you know, being a friend. Like it's been a long journey with that guy. I was just like, you fooled me for a second into thinking that you were this guy I've known for like so long, because he wasn't doing a voice, and you did his voice, and it was, and I was just like, oh, like, man, that was I don't know. I just wanted to gush about that for a second.
It's that's a new thing for me. It's
Travis is really like subtly nuanced, awesome voice actor in this regard. You tap into people's isms, like, and you do it, and it's just, I don't know, like, you're good.
It's you know, it's a thing for me.
You'll get paid for it.
It's actually, you know, the reason I was thinking about voice acting actually is because about 10-11 years ago, a friend of a friend said something about me doing music, and the guy said something about he liked the way my voice sounded over like some kind of recording over something, and he paid me like $150 to sit in front of a microphone and read this kind of prose poem that was for a pitch for an ad campaign for tourism in Atlanta. They were doing an ad. He wanted to pitch to the city of Atlanta a TV commercial to promote tourism in Atlanta and people moving there and stuff like that. And I had a Southern accent. I had a certain tone that he liked. So he had me sit in front of a microphone and just fuck around with these lines. And it never got on TV, but he paid me like $150 for it. And he said it turned out really good, and he was going to use it.
An impression of it right now from memory? Can you give us anything?
Do what?
Can you give us an impression of it right now? Can you give us anything from memory?
Oh, that was like 11 years ago. It was I don't remember what it was at all. But
basically, come to Atlanta. We got Coca-Cola. It's
basically it was rhyming. But the other thing I got the guy on was while we were doing the sound check, I started riffing, and I got into this 1970s R&B radio DJ voice, and I call myself the Love Doctor. It's like, you tuned in to 97.3 with the Love Doctor. And like I started riffing and like ad-libbing off of that. And he's like, dude, we gotta fucking, like, I don't know what I'm gonna use this for, but I'm gonna save this. Let's see. I was trying to insult you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Oklahoma thing. I was trying to be nice, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody thinks I'm from Oklahoma, I might choke.
Well, that's the funny thing about that, though, too. It's like Texans and Oklahomans are like super at odds with each other, but it's kind of like I'm gonna say fucking Cambodia and Laos or Lao, where it's like, dude, if you're not from there, y'all are the same people. Like Oklahoma and Texans are the same fucking people. I don't give a shit.
Except nobody's from Oklahoma and everybody's from Texas. Just saying.
Yeah. Oklahomans lie about being from Texas. But you know.
I was stationed with a guy who's from Oklahoma, and he was just like, "I'm from Oklahoma." I'm just like, "Oh shit! Did you like crawl out of the dirt?
Did you actually admit that?
Does anybody live there? Like I don't know. Like, what do you guys do there? Is there a thing that Oklahomans are known for? Like,
I've only been to Oklahoma once, and it was when I was in the Navy. I had a buddy I was stationed with from Oklahoma. We were off on the same day. He knocked on my door at 5 o'clock in the morning with another buddy of mine from work. And he said, "Hey, you want to," he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to Oklahoma today?" And I'm like, "Not fucking really. What are we doing?" And he's like, "We're going noodling." I was like, we're fucking what? So we're going noodling. So yeah. And next thing I know, I'm in this motherfucker's car driving like 2 hours to Oklahoma and sticking my hand in random holes, which, you know, I mean, like, I'm not going to say I've never done it before, but it's been less sketchy.
My God. Do you, for anybody who doesn't know what noodling is, do you want to say any more about that, or do you just want to leave it ambiguous?
You know, as tempted as I am to leave it ambiguous, noodling is a pretty fun thing. Basically, you get in the body of water. You usually want to be waist to chest high, and you're trying to catch a fish, usually a largemouth bass. You're trying to catch a largemouth bass.
He got the fish. All right, we're on fish.
Also, real quick,
fishing. Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah. Also, real quick, Dom. I voiced the Surbot, and that other thing you're commenting about. DM me about it. Okay.
Yeah. So, largemouth bass like to hang out in holes, crevices under rocks, you know, old bridges that have been flooded to make lakes and stuff like that. So basically, the whole concept is because they're stupid and they just like grab at anything they think might be food. You stick your hand in the hole and you wait for something to bite you.
Holes and getting bitten. It's tight.
Okay, separate. Yes, it's catfish. My bad. Okay, it's. I had more of these before we started this. All right.
I was actually not gonna correct you on that, but yeah, no, I've never done a
bad.
That,
though, like I got an idea for a story that I'm never gonna write, but like the idea is kind of cool, where it's noodling. But do you know what a Mekong catfish is?
Yeah,
I do what?
A Mekong catfish. You know what that is?
They're like 350 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can still catch them that way. And they do.
It's these Vietnamese catfish. Most of them are white, by the way. They're just like stark fucking white, and they're like, what, 10 feet fucking long?
Yeah, no, they're enormous. Like they're sharks with dumb teeth.
And whiskers.
Yes.
Whiskers.
But yeah, so that's the thing. It's, you know, if I were to ever go noodling again, I would still probably go back to Oklahoma for it, because in Oklahoma, you're much more likely to actually get a catfish as opposed to other things you don't want biting you. East Texas and Louisiana, a lot of people noodle, but those are the worst fucking places to do it because you don't know what the fuck is in that hole.
Hey,
you guys want a garfish?
And crocodile. Wrong. Like, shit. All right, and the arm is gone. That was my bait.
I live in that part of the world where 90% of the wildlife wants to kill you. So, you know, Oklahoma would be a good bet if I ever did it.
No, I've been to Oklahoma 4 times. And I enjoyed every time I've ever been to Oklahoma. Because one of them was, I was with my one of my buddies. We went up there to go shooting, and like, how do you have a bad time with that? And then like the other times, like I was visiting a girlfriend, and like, how do you have a bad time with that?
Nice.
Yeah. No, it's like 6.
The whole chat's blowing up. Like, it's catfish, not bad. I know it's catfish. I meant to say catfish, but I'm, kind of retarded.
Yeah. No.
It's
Is it the wrong fish? Are you fucking moron? You don't know no fish. You never do it. You never done no.
It was the one time. I'm from Texas. We don't stick our hands in random fucking wildlife.
Bullshit. I spent enough time in Houston to know you guys will put your fist in fucking anything. All it needs is a pulse, and even that's optional.
In Texas, the holes are bigger, the hands are bigger, the stakes are higher.
This is before we even get to fucking foreskin.
Everything wants to kill you here. The other holes you're talking about included. So,
Travis, I shopped a new joke earlier before you got on here. A circumcised penis, also known as a crop top.
Yes.
I'm very proud.
You should be.
Should be.
Oh man. Let's see.
There's no crop tops in Europe.
Yeah.
They don't wear those there.
Yeah.
Or
Sephiroth says, also, Travis, I am 2 hours away from you. That might be the case. However, Texas is a big fucking place, and everybody thinks they're 2 hours away from me, and they ain't.
However, Jesus Christ.
I'm about 2.5 hours north of Mexico. I'm like way the fuck down there.
I was stationed in Texas for all of 4 months in San Angelo.
Oh shit! No, you are 2 hours away from me. Brownsville is shit. That's actually a rarity.
Oh man,
he's even closer to Mexico than I am. He's like fucking down there. He's
everything in Texas is only 4 hours away because there are no speed limits. In the parts of Texas that don't matter.
That's true.
4 hours is the limit. It might be a state that takes 10 hours to drive, but it's 4 hours. It doesn't matter. But it's mostly because the 10-hour parts, nobody lives there, so nobody's talking to you from there. But I was stationed in San Angelo for like 4 months for signals intelligence and radio training and some crossover military like linguistic shit. They actually have a Marine Corps post in the Air Force Base, Goodfellow, San Angelo, because Marines are everywhere. Now we're like in STD. We're just like I don't know. Marines just feel the need to be everywhere and relevant. I matter. We're good.
Yeah, no, but then we also had that fucking road trip where you and me drove from Ohio to Florida to fucking California, and we hung out. We bounced around Texas. We bounced around Houston and East for like half the week, and then we're like, all right, so we got to drive to New Mexico from here. There is fucking nothing in this side of fucking Texas, dude. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, we hit that last gas station. It was like, last gas station for 227 miles. I'm like, Jesus Christ, be careful what car you take through here. And
no, once you get west of Austin, there's approximately jack shit and fuck all.
Yeah, about nothing. I mean, San Angelo is kind of middle of nowhere, Texas. But you've got Abilene, like probably 80 miles, 90 miles, like up north of it. Like
Abilene barely counts as a place.
Yeah, but I'm saying like just like civilization exists nearby San Angelo. Like even though San Angelo, I wouldn't really call civilization. I remember getting to San Angelo and then being like, population 90,000. I'm like, where are you keeping them? Jesus Christ! Like, oh, okay. So it was like, is this township spread over 100 square miles and like everyone's just like hidden underground maybe? Because like ain't no one here. You go to the mall, ain't no one there. Like
they're probably going by the whole county at that point, honestly.
Yeah, like I was like, this is a city of 90,000 people. They're nowhere. Like it was like it's high altitude, kind of plateau Texas. The storms were stellar. Holy shit. Loved it.
Oh yeah. I've never seen thunderstorms like we get anywhere in Texas, anywhere
They
else.
were some of the most intense storms I've seen in my life, and I slept through a hurricane in the middle of a jungle. And I mean that, like, you know, we were on a recon mission and the weather guys got it wrong. And we crawled up to a ridge and we wrapped ponchos around each other and we just took a nap because when you're just waiting for the storm to end, you fall asleep.
Also, I think it's fun to note though, because like, you know, you grew up in the fucking like what 80s, 90s, fucking early 2000s. You grew up here and we got to save the rainforest. We got to save the jungle. They're doing this, that, whatever. You spend a day in the jungle and you're like, burn this bitch to the fucking ground. Fuck the jungle, man.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, not quite literally. I'm not going back.
I've never slept so well as I ever did in the jungle. Like I say,
fucking hate
mostly because I was really fucking tired. But like, best naps I ever took, leaning against my rucksack in the jungle when it was my turn to sleep. Like, honestly, I wish I could sleep that good now. Like,
I don't know. I think we should burn a small percentage of the Amazon away because there seems to be some shit under the rainforest that we need to take a look at for historical purposes. It seems like most of the Amazon might have been like an accidentally man-made creation, and there's some shit under there that bears observation.
What do they call that? Is it LiDAR? They're fucking looking at that with?
LiDAR, yeah. So
Yeah.
LiDAR is a depth perception non-radar, basically like light bound scan.
Dude, and it's funny because like the way a lot of that popped up originally was like I don't remember if it was Mayans or Aztecs, but it was like some kid in high school that was like, "Oh yeah, I did this thing. There's like a city down here." The scientists, I don't know about that. Oh, this kid was fucking right. Let's go. There's a whole other fucking like city here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and drones. This is Matt and drones. Yeah, no, they ended up finding like a whole foundation that was large enough to contain an entire cityscape.
Yeah, they're finding multiple of them.
Yeah,
all under the jungle.
Like 5-6 years ago, and they're just like, "What the fuck? Scanning under trees now."
Seeing all these crazy geometric formations like under the soil and shit. And they've studied the soil there, and they found out that most of it seems to be some sort of a man-made soil composite that allowed the jungle to get to where it is now. So it's probably concealing a lot.
Shit with that.
Yeah,
because it's one of those things where like
pyramids on their own. Fucking must be.
Yeah. Well, the other thing though is fucking like most of the Native Americans, North and South, I'm including, this entire fucking hemisphere in this fucking comment, didn't have like a written language, but like the Mayans and the Aztecs fucking, kind of did. And all that history is fucking lost because, we haven't fucking seen it or anything. So like it functionally doesn't fucking exist, quote unquote, if you're just listening to this. But it's like, if we go dig that up and, go read the fucking shit they carved in the fucking walls, which, we can read a good amount of that shit and it'd be like, oh, this is what was going on in fucking Mesoamerica before fucking Columbus showed up. Because like most of the stuff with that is just a fucking guess. Like, oh yeah, these guys went to war with these guys, and we're judging that off of, we found a lot of skeletons with like wounds and like arrowheads and shit over here. But like if we found the actual writing for it somewhere of like a fucking chronological fucking take on what these people were fucking doing, we wouldn't have to guess. It'd be like they were doing that. I mean, you have to guess a little bit. And that's with anything everywhere, because like even if you read like ancient Greek shit, it's like, all right, so these guys went to go to fight in this battle. These are the exact words the commander said. There was 16 million troops in this battle. Don't question me. This is what I'm saying.
I wrote it down. That's history.
Yeah.
I just wanted to address a comment. DIY Don the Builder. Someone say Ohio. I was born in Akron. And I adopted my dog from West Salem, which is basically Worcester.
Yeah, and I lived in Massillon for a few years, so
yeah. Hey, yeah, what up, DOI Don the Builder? Yeah, I know you're part of the world. I know you're stomping grounds.
Chuck, did you work PSYOP like Trip did?
No, I was radio recon. Basically,
okay, because I'm saying this has to be PSYOP because I'm talking to two people that actually acknowledge Ohio as a place.
Trip and I went to a wedding and what's that Akron?
I don't remember where the fuck we went.
River
but it was one of the Marines that was with us in fucking Okinawa, and this dude pissed me the fuck off because like we're gonna go to his bachelor party, and he didn't have a bachelor party, so me and Chuck just got fucking shit faced, and they're like, all right, so it's a wedding, we just go there and we sit there, and then afterwards we go hair the dog it. Dude's fucking Catholic, so fucking we sleep in my fucking car and get up and go to the fucking goddamn church, and for the next 2 hours, sit, kneel, stand, sit, kneel, stand, sit, kneel, stand. You motherfucker. Like, I have never in my life wanted to be in a fucking Baptist fucking church before, but like right now would be the fucking time.
We didn't go to a bachelor party. We just got drunk in my hometown at a bar.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like we were we got together because we were going to go to his bachelor party, and then he's like, "No, I'm not having one." And we're like, "Well, we're already here, and we got the booze. I guess me and Chuck have one on your fucking behalf."
Right. So we went to this bar called like the Midtown in my hometown that has since burned down because everything in my hometown burns down. That one was actually proven to be arson for insurance fraud, for the record. That's my hometown. If you recall, Trip, I brought a friend home with me that night, and at some point in the night was tossed or rolled out of bed. I was lying on the floor, buck naked, and you opened the door and hit my head with it and couldn't open it. And I like kind of like groaned and like sat up, and then you were able to like move the door. And I'm just like lying there like flat on the floor, like buck naked. And you're just like, we got a wedding to go to. I'm just like, fuck. Okay. And it was so painful, and we thought we could drink our hangover away because like normally you can, and we just couldn't. We were both so miserable for the entire thing. Like we did the Catholic wedding, then we went to the like, you know, reception and tried to drink our hangover away, and we're just so fucking dead. Like it was just like the worst mutual hangover we ever had. And back then, Trip wasn't really getting hangovers.
Oh yeah, no, because I was a fucking
Trip's
I
one
was
of
doing psyop shit. Like I was a fucking sergeant, and like it was like, no, what? You only drink a fifth of fucking Jack Daniels tonight, you fucking pussy.
You can't have a hangover if you're just always drunk. That's the cheat code.
Exactly, and you can't drink all day if you don't start in the fucking morning.
Like that night ended with one of my childhood friends passed out with a half-assembled board game of Mousetrap in his lap. Me asleep buck naked on the floor. Trip, I don't know what happened to you. We like at one point we were like down on the steps in front of my friend's house, and like we broke a bottle of like scotch. Like it was just we put all of the things into us, and there were far too many kinds of the things. Like there's like one good picture, maybe two or three actually. There's a picture of Corey passed out on Mousetrap. There's a picture of you and Tyler touching the tits on the wall at the now burned down bar.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a night. I don't remember the wedding except for fucking hating my life at it. I don't remember honestly anything about the reception except for fucking hating my life. And both of us were trying so hard to hang and be cool.
Yeah, no, and like that's one of the things that ties into the books, because if Hank and Doc aren't in fucking combat, if they're in the rear and they're not drunk, they're hungover and fucking hating their goddamn lives. So
we're trying so hard to be cool because, like, God, we'd been two sheets to the wind so many times before. We had that Uber night where like nobody believes the amount of liquor that we consumed that night.
Yeah.
But we hung, like. But at that wedding, like I remember we were standing outside smoking cigarettes, and you looked at me, you're just like, I am not okay. And I'm like, I am also not okay. Like, it's like 6 p.m. at this point, and we have not managed to rally, and we've been drinking all day, trying to. We just still feel like shit.
Yeah, no, that's
like I don't know if I ever like I don't know. It was like super hungover. I don't know what we drank the night before. Rooflin, maybe.
I don't know what the fuck I drink. But speaking of weddings, fucking that's one of the other things I fucking stole from the Iliad, because that whole shit, or that legend of that, starts with the fucking judgment of fucking Paris, and instead of it being fucking whatever goddesses in fucking Paris and fucking Helen or Troy or whatever, he had Hank and Doc, and I think Claire was there, and they're watching fucking Vladimir Putin fucking do some shady shit in that fucking bar in Latvia, and then that kicks off the fucking story. Which also on that fucking I think, I don't remember if it was the chapter right before or the chapter or earlier in that chapter where I think it was the Bama character that was trying to like drink water straight from the fucking bowl. You guys like it was fucking Christmas Story. And like Fonz is just like berating this dude, and like Steven's like, I'm gonna piss on him, fuck it.
That's another one that helped me find the character because it was so fucking relatable. Just that sheer level of fucking retardedness and just like trying to like fix somebody for being so fucking broken, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I fucking love the way you fucking did the fucking like, you stupid fucking boot, blah blah blah, fucking we're gonna break your ass, fucking whatever. And you know, I think that's something that's missing from a lot of military fucking, but well, I guess military fucking fiction in genre or in general, but especially the military sci-fi fucking
hazing,
genre, where it's like, yeah, no, because like you look at like most fucking mil-sci shit, and it's something. Most of it's like fucking, you know, a Halo fucking video game. There's novelized where it's like everyone's the perfect fucking version of themselves. And their like flaw is that I don't know, they're not good enough at shooting, and their flaw isn't like, yeah, they like to bang other dudes' wives and do dumb shit when they're fucking, you know, in the rear, you know, like there aren't any crippling alcoholics, and it's like where are these guys? They should be these characters need to be here if you want to sell me your fucking story.
Yep. 407.
They're not fucking people who live in a high stress scenario all the time.
Was the reptile standing in for Putin during the First War?
Wait, what? Hold on. What am I looking? Was the reptile standing in for Putin during the First War? Okay, so
that's going way ahead.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's going way ahead, and that's a spoiler. Fucking, so I'm not going to elaborate. I'm just going to say no.
We need a story where the world or something gets saved by the battle-hardened vets from the past 20 years.
Yeah, it's called Smokepit Fiarytales. Read book.
Yeah. It's already been written. You are Tom the Builder.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Fucking yeah. Which you know, fucking, I'm excited because like, you know, we're in this for a bit, and like my I guess midterm goal is to be actively working on the 7th book before the 4th book gets done on YouTube, and the 4th book should get done on YouTube at the end of 2025 because it's fucking 40 chapters long,
approximately several.
Yeah, about a few.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the biggest book in the fucking thing.
Yeah, I was just Trip was like, you don't have the 5th book, do you? I'm like, I do. I've got it on my shelf. It looks like a tiny little pocket Bible next to like Thucydides' Peloponnesian Wars. It's a fucking tome. Like it's huge. It's so fat. It's PHAT fat. Fucking
yeah. And then like, you know, like I don't want to like talk about plot or anything, but like I think it's exciting that like the 2nd book just ended on YouTube, and we're already in like early pre-production for fucking book 4.
Yep.
Yeah. I finished all my lines for book 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already did. I got all of everybody's lines for fucking book 3. Fucking, I just got to record them. Like, I think the 10th one dropped on Patreon today or yesterday.
Oh, Travis, you're gonna love my friend's lines for book 3.
Do what?
I said you're gonna love my friend's lines for book 3.
Oh, I bet. Oh, by the way, without giving too many spoilers away, anybody who liked a certain character I played in book 2 is going to enjoy book 3 because a voice people are a fan of makes somewhat of an appearance again.
Well, have we revealed the book that Trip ripped off for book 3?
So anyway, the 2nd book is about is a ripoff of the fucking Iliad, right? And
so what comes after the Iliad?
Yeah, the Odyssey is what the 3rd book is, and there's a part in the Odyssey where Odysseus goes to hell, and he talks to a lot of the characters in the Iliad, specifically Achilles. I think Patroclus stood there for a second.
Not just that one.
Yeah,
I'm talking about accents.
Oh,
but yeah, that one's there too.
Yeah, that wasn't in the Odyssey, so no, can't talk about that. I did enjoy your work for that though, but I can't really talk about it right now because we're talking to the YouTube people that just finished the 2nd book.
We can't talk about the original shit. We can only talk about the fact that book 3 is the Odyssey. That's all. Like
yeah.
But there's plenty of original shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
God, I want to talk about it so bad.
I know. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. No, I mean, get the game back together and talk about it again. In
Indeed.
10
It's
months.
gonna be fun.
I'm on the last one now. This is Phoenix. Phoenix.
Good. I'm glad you're fucking reading it, or I hope you're enjoying it. I'm glad you enjoyed the first 11 enough to read the last one.
I want you to
Thank
know
you for being here.
That's 1,000,011 words.
That's 1,000,011 words.
I've read 1,000,011 words that this fucker's fingers typed out at about 210 words per second because he's a nut job. Have you ever heard him go clacky clack? It's fucking crazy. Like, he has perfect form.
I didn't know he knew, like, you know,
how to type.
Basic language arts that well.
Yeah, no, it's
he can fucking type. Like,
not because he's not a good writer, but just because, you know, Marine shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I type at about 90 words per minute. Like,
shit. I'm probably between 90 and 100, something like that. I don't know.
It's really funny. I teach typing now, among several things. And since doing that, I've realized the flaws in my form. One of them is that I only use the left shift key. The right one doesn't exist.
It doesn't though. Do people actually use that one?
Yeah, if you need to make a capital A, because that's supposed to be her pinky. I'm like moving half my hand to like make that. Like, and that shit slows me down. Like,
I mean, that's just a little cant in your wrist. It's right there.
Yeah, but like, you know, it would just it's those little things that like keep you from pushing into the echelons of like 200 words per minute, like Trip can do. Like, he had this like really good mechanical keyboard that he typed the majority of these books on, and if you see it, like he beat this thing to hell. Like,
yeah,
he pummeled this thing into the ground. He just destroyed it. Like,
yeah. Also, real quick, I'm gonna go take a piss. You guys keep the thing.
Oh, we will. Go quickly though. I need to refresh.
So
I'm almost out of sustenance. My calories for the day.
God, he's so fucking gay. God, fucking Trip, dude. Such a fucking.
What a loser, man.
Such a fucking faggot.
Barely even like the guy.
Oh my God,
man. Sometimes I drive like 8 hours up to his house just to like hang out in his basement and be like, I don't even like you. No, I'm just kidding. He does fuck me up beyond all belief though every single time, and I have to drive like 8 hours back, just being like, oh God, my body.
Yeah, I get that vibe. Yeah, no, it's I think I only know him because I randomly stumbled upon Smokepit Fiarytales on Instagram, and I think I bought the first book, and I was working on my own book at the same time. And
oh, you got a book?
I'm slowly trying to put one together. It's been a long way.
When we finish with the public call, we'll have to exchange like, you know, fucking info and shit, and like, you know, pass each other deets.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a very slow process. He's coached me through a lot of it, but I noticed a lot of parallels between his writing style and mine, and we just started bullshitting. I was asking questions here and there, and then I think somehow I've known him for like 3 years now, which sounds weird to me, but COVID and shit, the last 3 years have been like a week. So,
dude, like I was working from home. Coincidentally, like right when I graduated from college, like, and of course, like, you know, I went to college at like late 20s, 30s. I just happened to like be getting a job that like could be done remotely, and then the pandemic hit, and then like fever dream for the rest.
Yeah,
and like, yeah, I like burned that part of my life down because I'm like, no, I need to work more socially. I'm making a lot less money now, but I'm having a lot more fun.
Yeah, because Texas, I fell into a job after when I got out, I thought I was going to be, you know, law enforcement and stuff like that. But it was like that 2017 kind of era. And I had 2 kids at the time, and I was looking at the state of the world and politics and society. I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to wear a badge anymore. I don't think this is a good time for it. And so like, because I'm in South Texas, I just kind of fell into working, doing what every fucking body else does in South Texas. I work in the industrial oil and gas field and shit like that. And so when COVID hit me, I just kept doing the same shit every day because if that stops, everything stops. So
I was in medical, and there was still money in medical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick on this fucking, and this is for you guys as much as it is for the viewers at home. I'm about to fucking tag Matt in.
We're getting Matt?
With that, yes. However, with that, I'm gonna open the doors. As far as spoilers, and this is for the entire fucking series. So if you've only listened to the first 2 books and you don't want shit spoiled for you, this is your warning. So, you know, fucking after this moment, anything in the rest of the fucking series is fair game to fucking talk about.
I'm gonna go refresh. When I get back, hopefully we'll have Matt. Yeah. I saw he said send me a link earlier.
Well, you know, I wanted to stagger this because, you know, fucking, you know, whatever. So
yeah, I'm not going to that fucking 5K tomorrow. I'm having way too much fun here.
And then we'll bring in Matt here in a fucking few seconds. So
I just have shoulders tomorrow. I'll be all right.
Yeah, dude, shoulders is a fun day though.
It's my favorite day. See, I put shoulders right after leg day as a reward because if I do leg day, I can just go to the gym the next day and do the fun shit, you know, overhead presses and lat raises and shit. And it feels good. It's not overly taxing.
Yeah. Must be nice to
people get mad at you when you call these the
never broken.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I actually got back in the gym specifically because I was so fucked up. Because I mostly drive in what I do because I work for a rental company. So I deliver fucking welding machines and tools and anything you would need to work as a contractor.
Equipment delivery is the shit.
Do what?
I said equipment delivery is the shit. Like I did medical equipment delivery and setup for a couple of years in college. They paid me like, this is back in like 2016. They paid me like 21, 22 an hour to drive to people's house all over the state. I spent most of my time listening to like NPR, podcast, or audiobook.
Yeah, audiobooks is my thing.
Like and just like doing like 30 minutes of labor like every 2 hours. Like when I finally
see that was the thing though, because even though I didn't do anything cool. The Navy, I'm sure since y'all have been around ships, the Navy is kind of like the manual labor force of the military. No matter what,
they're all very, very industrial.
No matter what you do in the Navy, and I was a master at arms, you're gonna end up fucking your back up by the time you're out. That's just part of it. It doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna leave with like I have 2 compressed discs in my lumbar. Now, my division that I work in for my company only has 3 stores in Texas. There's us, there's one in Fort Worth, there's one in Pasadena. That leaves over half of Texas for me to cover. So I got out, I already had 2 compressed discs, and the more time I spent in the truck, the worse my back got. And I got really fucking tired of coming home, now I have 4 kids, and not, you know, I was just fucked.
What are you, Catholic? Jesus.
Pagan, same shit. But
before you go on trip, really important comment that I think you're gonna like. DIY Don the Builder. I found Smokepit Fiarytales from Wartime Stories on YouTube.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
That comment needs highlighted. Sorry,
I didn't have this shit open, but yeah. So fucking, what are you doing? Yeah, no, fucking. Luke Lamont has been fucking great about that fucking shit. Been fucking plugging it, and he plays fucking Toshi in the fucking books, and it's great. But since we're talking about that fucking, I'm gonna bring in what I call my fucking Swiss Army knife.
I've met that before.
Yeah. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Matt. Fucking if you don't know him and you listen to the audiobooks, he plays a lot of background noises because he's one of those dudes that like I can just like count on for shit. Where it's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna cast everyone else, and then you get all the fill guys afterwards because like he'll be like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking do that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm fine.
He's my carp. He's my carp. How about that? Like, yeah, you get all the shit on the bottom, but like you're gonna eat it.
I just want to say before we moved away from it, Wartime Stories. Roy Benavidez's Day in Hell. parts 1, 2, and 3. I did a lot of voice acting in that. For anybody who watched that, I was
Nice. Actually, speaking of wartime stories, I actually did send him something that I legitimately had happen to me whenever I was on deployment in 2014 down in the South Pacific, off the coast of like Guatemala and all that shit, doing kind of drug ops. I've told Trip this story before, but since Chuck and Travis are here, Travis, yes, I'm the other Navy guy. I was a gunner's mate, so your rate's daddy rate.
I mean, honestly, when I enlisted, it took me about 3 or 4 months in the fleet before I looked it around at gunner's mates, and I was like, "That's the shit my recruiter told me I was going to get to do." God damn it, I made the wrong choice.
Too. Actually, real quick, before we go any further, Travis, how far are you in the last book?
Almost halfway.
Okay, so only spoilers up to halfway through the last book. Got it.
Yes.
Got it. But anyway, yeah, no. So going through the whatever, I've told Trip this story before. Chuck and Travis, you guys get to hear it for the first time. I said to this to Wartime Stories. So we were about halfway-ish through our deployment, and it was on one of the rare nights I didn't have anything going on. So I actually, was, getting a chance to fucking relax. And I was out on the smoke deck and just, having a cigar, everything like that. And there was a storm going on. If you've ever been on a ship, and you're out to sea, you can see for miles.
My favorite things about storms on ship is like the first one sucks, but after that, it's like no one remembers getting
the
rocked
best
to sleep.
sleep you'll ever get.
Like you rock a baby to go to sleep. It's like, yeah, imagine that, but like you're the baby and you're like a fucking like full ass fucking 6 foot tall dude. Like that never happens in real life except for on ship, and it's great. I'm sorry that you were dirt Navy, Travis. you missed something. You missed something special that not a lot of people get to experience.
He is what you would call brown water / green side. No, green side is marine side, but he considered brown water.
Because there's like 5 different navies, right? There's like there's dirt Navy, there's green side, there's sub Navy, there's carrier Navy, and there's surface Navy, right?
And then there's also cyber, because the guys that literally only work on the cyber warfare, because that's considered, I think, like it's considered
they all got moved to the Space Force. They don't count.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm out there on the smoke deck, and there's a thunderstorm probably like 10-15 miles out, and I'm just sitting there just relaxing, just watching the lightning and everything go off in the distance, and lightning strikes, and I see these really, really big like arches out in the water. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I get closer to the railing on the ship, and I'm looking over, and I see the lightning strike, and from where I was at, I could basically see one end of the ship to the other end of the ship just by, peering my head over the side. And lightning strikes again. I see them, and these arches are moving. I go, no, that can't be. And then all of a sudden I look down, and lightning strikes, and it lit up the ocean. And there was just something massive moving under the ship. And I'm sitting there. I'm about like a third of the way done with my cigar. I look around. I'm like, I look over to my buddy. I'm like, hey, did you see that? He goes, the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, all right. Pitch my fucking cigar. I go inside to talk to my buddy who's working at the sonar station. I'm like, hey, is there anything weird on sonar? He goes, what do you mean? I'm like something really fucking big. And he just looks at me and goes, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't say that shit again. Go to bed. And I saw the fear in his eyes. I was like, oh, okay, got it. And then after I myself also became pagan, Travis, you're not alone. After I became pagan, I did a little bit more research, and I was like, oh, that was fucking Jormungandr. Okay, perfect.
Well, it's funny. Well, have you been looking at everything they're talking about with this whole UAP disclosure thing? They're actually starting to break into discussions about underwater shit that comes along with it. Mm-hmm. And I wish I'd spent a little bit of time in the real Navy, because I got some buddies that were stationed off the East Coast. When dude, a whole lot of
you see some weird fucking shit, dude. Especially at night. I ended up working basically the night shift while for like the latter half of my deployment, and
also real quick on that, fucking night shift on the fucking ship is goddamn great, because everyone's asleep. No one fucks with you. Yeah, lunch sucks because you're getting fucking like
leftovers from lunch and dinner.
Fucking mid-rats. Yeah. That sucks. But besides that, fucking like there aren't any chiefs fucking hassling you. like the fucking P-ways aren't fucking crowded.
You don't have anyone rushing you out of the fucking
yours.
head. You don't have anyone rushing you out of the head for if you're wanting to go in there to either take a shit, take a piss, take a shower, or rub one out. You're not getting rushed. But yeah, no, and it's dead quiet. And then like you can go out to the skin of the ship as long, you know, just don't stray too far to the edge of the ship, because when it's dark outside and there's no stars, you can't see shit.
Well, yeah, that depends on where you were. Hey, Chuck, tell them the fucking Ashland story.
Oh my god. So like, I mean, do you want the whole thing? Like how we got stuck in the Ashland?
Okay, so for context, when you go on a MEU, you go on 3 ships. One of them's a fucking LHD, which is like the small helicopter, and then you got a fucking amphibious landing. What would you call the fucking New Orleans? Like it's like a mid-sized ship. It's about the size of a destroyer, except for it's for landing ships. And then you get a little small fucking well deck, which only exists to do repair work.
They're all LHDs or LEDs, but it's the class that they fell into. The bottom of Sharp was a WASP class, and the Ashland and the
and it's basically like a miniature aircraft carrier. Just it can't take airplanes. It's just
so was the bottom of Shard. But it's what class it falls into. The bottom of Shard was a WASP class that can take Harriers. The Ashland and the Green Bay could not. They had no
like their only fucking aircraft capability was like a fucking like 50 foot by 50 foot landing pad on the fucking back.
Because they can't land Harriers.
But anyway, we were out doing a fucking thing, and
they're a lot narrower and a lot more modern, frankly. Their well deck is top open, which is really fascinating. Like you're in the well deck and it's like open sky, but you're still like.
And for those of you listening at home, the well deck is, imagine half the ship is just fucking this empty fucking chamber.
It opens
and then
the ocean,
there's a gate that goes down and it floods and it lets you bring in amphibious assault fucking vehicles. But we were out on fucking doing an AAV fucking mock raid. Yeah, and like all our trucks broke.
I was out there for like 5 days. Like Trip was PSYOPs at the time, MISO. I was attached to the amphibious reconnaissance team as radio reconnaissance. So I've been out there forever, and like I was really ready to just go home, so I could like take a shower, like change clothes. No dice, apparently. We get picked up at the tracks, and they go to bring us back to the ship, quote unquote. Takes us forever to get on them, and then the sea state was too bad for the well deck meter rating of the bottom of Shard to let us board. But instead of deciding that quickly, we followed behind the bottom of Shard for something like 10 hours.
And the whole time you're in pretty much a semi truck just doing this.
and we also overpacked the shit out of those tracks. Like I think there was something like 22 guys in a 16-person track for me. And the guys across from me started puking like probably like an hour into it. And when that started happening, the guy next to me started to like kind of like choke a little bit.
And by the way, this is an hour into something that's supposed to be 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like 15 minutes long. The guy
AKA typical bullshit that happens in the military.
The guy next to me starts choking a bit when the guys across from me start choking, and I just like very calmly place my hand against his shoulder. I'm like, if you vomit on me, I will kill you. And he very calmly pulled his blouse and flak open, leaned down into it, and just puked into his uniform. And he kept his face in there for like ever, just like huffing and puffing. His like blouse is like inflating and deflating, like, you know, it's wet enough that it's like holding air at this point. And he eventually like brings it back up and he like holds it really tight, so it's like trapping the air. And he's like, "Can you smell it?" I'm like, "Not any worse than I can smell the guys across from me. Good job." But we were on the thing for hours and hours and hours, and we have no idea what's going on. And then finally, they're like, "Hey, we're on a boat." It's not our boat. Sorry, Navy guys. Marines don't know the difference.
Yeah, they're boats. They're not ships.
Yeah, so they're all boats to us. So we're like in a well deck, but there's also sky. We're like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, "Oh, hey, you're on the Ashland. Welcome to the Ashland." We're like, okay. And also the difference between this well deck is that like the whole well deck is flooded, which is why we were able to get on it, because this well deck sits significantly further underwater and it can take landing craft at a significantly choppier sea state. Because like the ocean floods into the whole thing. So you like, I mean, it's newer, it's more modern. Like, but like with the bottom of Shard, like, I mean,
It didn't flood. It just dropped a gate, and you're supposed to drive up.
Yeah, she wasn't that old, but like, yeah, no, like you couldn't get on her if the sea was too choppy because.
Oh, she's not old now. She's dead.
No, she's dead now.
She's dead. Yeah. I said
What could be her name? May she rest in peace.
Yeah, she's dead.
So I've got a funny story about.
VHR?
I've actually got a funny story about the Bon Armor Shard. So, my wife was actually part of the crew that was originally on the Bon Armor Shard that did the hull swap with the Essex when the Essex ran into the Yukon. You know, the unrep ship.
Yeah.
And so apparently because the crew that had originally been on the Essex just did not take care of it at all. And apparently the same thing happened to the Bon Armor Shard after they hull swapped again.
They literally suspected sabotage. They're just like, oh my god, did somebody like destroy the ship? Like, no, somebody fucked up. Like,
yeah, no.
But anyway, we get onto the fucking Ashland, and we're used to fucking BHR fucking rules where it's they got big Navy rules, right? And we get on the Ashland, and like the berthing areas.
Cool.
Oh, dude, yeah. So like the berthing area is fucking completely fucking different. Like nobody gives a fuck about like chow lines or any of that shit because there's not enough sailors on the boat for there to like be a fucking chow line. No. And they would do shit where it's like we're outside smoking and like the 1MC comes on. And
this was the greatest thing I've ever.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
In life, it was nectar from the gods. It was like Eureka. I just discovered the difference between like like relative mass and weight. Like. Yeah, like they're like the smoking pit is out for the movement of MoGas, and Trip and I just go, ugh.
And then some fucking sailor is like, "Why are you guys mad?" Picks up the fucking butt can, moves it 10 feet over. Is like, the bridge can't see you here. You're fine.
No, it wasn't even that. It was so the whole deck was open, very small boat. Like we just went to the other side of the ship. We just walked across this little bridge to the other side of the ship, and they just plopped it down. They're just like, it's fine over here. Because everywhere is a smoking area as long as there's an asteroid. Yeah. And we're like, so the smoking lip is never out here. They're like, oh, no, I mean, they read that, but it doesn't mean anything. Whereas like on the BHR, like, no, like if they say the smoking lip is out and you go out and you're like, smoke, like they'll kill you. They'll throw you overboard. Like, it's fucking out.
No, and this is one of the
fucking Marines.
Yeah, no, and this is one of the fun things. And again, fucking people at home, I done told you your spoiler warning's been fucking whatever. But like, I'm excited for fucking the fourth book because the fourth book is just, it's this chick is a fucking piece of shit and life at sea. Like most of that book is fucking like ship life.
Yeah. Speaking of which, in book 4, be prepared to hear my voice a lot in the background while other people are talking. Saying.
Well, one of the things I'm doing with him is like fucking. I put
broadcast.
No. I put him on 1MC duty. So when like the Marines are just sitting around the berthing talking, I'm gonna have him in the back, like, the well deck secured or fucking,
smoking lamp is secured. Smoking lamp is out. Movement of munitions or black powder. It was like, dude, literally.
Yeah, to the bridge. Like
I was on the range with somebody, and there was a staff sergeant who like literally threatened to slap the shit out of me because like. I was bitching about ship life and them talking about the movement of munitions and snuffing the smoke pit lamp. And I'm like, you cannot ignite modern munitions with cigarettes. It's impossible.
Diesel doesn't burn that way.
And he's just like, no, he's like, what do you mean? I mean, it's black powder. I'm like, no, like literally, the Navy is so dumb that they wrote this monologue for the ship when they had like powder kegs that would kill us all. Like I get it, like that was severely dangerous, but like naval traditions need to be updated.
And that's one of the funny things.
Is younger than these traditions. The Navy got decommissioned and recommissioned since this was the danger. And like I had a sailor with me who's just like, oh, I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? We were on the range and I was smoking a cigarette and we were doing like what the fuck is like the night shoot with lasers like
table 3
like it was like nighttime. I only had a few people on the site. I literally took out my magazine, pulled out a round, and I just like took my cigarette and snuffed it out on the back of the bullet. And they both like freaked out. And like the staff sergeant was like, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you if you don't take that cigarette off that bullet right now. I'm just like, nope.
Not how it works.
And he's just like, and I'm like, how is it going to go off? Like this cigarette does not have the blunt force necessary to ignite the blast cap, and it doesn't have the heat necessary to ignite the munitions inside of the brass. And they're just like, that was a really dumb experiment for you to pull. I'm just like, I mean, worst thing that could have happened was it would have gone off in my hand. The round would have gone that way and the brass would have gone that way. Like, whatever. Like, point proven, right? Nothing fucking happened. Like, why do we have to stop smoking because you're moving bullets? Jesus Christ.
No, and like fucking Travis, what you said earlier about the fucking diesel, like there's I think it's in the second book. Fucking,
Also, first of all, don't try that at home. I'm not.
Yeah, don't try it at home. Yeah. I do not condone anything fucking Chocolate says.
I wasn't sure. I got lucky. It might not go that well. Just
as someone who was in that field, I can say that what Chuck did was legitimately 100% safe.
I was confident. I read up on it, but like I hadn't done any experiments before that. I'm pretty sure you could take a lighter to the back of a bullet and like leave.
Yeah, it won't get hot enough with a lighter either.
Yeah.
Literally, it has to be like so hot. Like in the movies, like a perfect example, like with the movie Red, when he puts the bullets on the oven on the stove on a pan and turns it on and everything like that. That isn't even hot enough to get it going. Like it has to.
Your stovetop gets like maybe 600 degrees tops. If you have a flame top stove, but like it was in the second book where Doc is taking a shit and he's like shitting into the fucking like diesel can because that's where you burn the shit. And the first Sergeant De Leon comes up and starts yelling about him for smoking while he's taking a shit. That almost exactly fucking happened verbatim in Afghanistan. Fucking dude's fucking taking a shit, shitting into a fucking cut in half fucking 55-gallon drum full of fucking diesel. And he's like, hey, which is a novel experience. Like, I don't know if you guys ever gotten to smoke a cigarette. We had to use freaking flares to ignite JP8 we had to burn off. So, but the point to it is like, A, fucking that was like one of those pulled directly out of real life inspiration shits. But B, if you haven't had the pleasure of smoking a cigarette while you take a shit, you're missing out on life. Oh man. Get yourself a smoke in a hotel room sometime.
Also, let's be honest. Like, what would be worse? You're in there in the 115 without the heat index plus degree temperature in a box, either dealing with heat stroke or inhaling those shit and diesel fumes, where which is going to make you pass out and die first, the heat or the fumes. Honestly, catching yourself on fire would just end your suffering at that point. Yeah. But anyway, fucking moving on, since I told the fucking audience that fucking hasn't read the books, that have only listened to it, fuck off. Like, I am really fucking excited for the fucking third book. Dude, it's gonna be good.
I got all your shit. Fucking, I know that fucking you've probably heard most of the Correa stuff, and I know we're already past where fucking Hank has that fucking nightmare, and he runs into Stevens and fucking the Fonz. Was doing his fucking shit.
From the
other one. And like I'm looking forward to fucking doing the fucking like bounty hunter at the fucking end too.
Oh my god, yeah, no, that's what I was talking about earlier, the voice, because I know you told me a few people were a fan of the Chardance voice, so being able to kind of bring that voice back a little bit was fun, especially like take an evil take on it. That shit.
Tell you what, it was nice, but also kind of sad that I only had one person to do voices for book 3.
Well, because but it was a big enough part, so it was like fucking whatever, dude. Here's your shit.
And then
that's the thing. But
book 4, Trip and I were literally going over it, and there's at least 11 different roles that I'm covering.
Yeah, because there's like 75, I think, roles in fucking the 4th book.
Yeah, and I'm taking up like a big chunk of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, book 3 is basically like one giant fucking Game of Thrones way to wedding, though. Like most of the characters in there die like in the first fucking 5 minutes. So
yeah, and then the rest of them die halfway through, and then like all the rest of them die at the end. Also, real quick, viewers at home, I done told you spoiler warning, but fucking shit happens, and I let everybody think these characters are dead for fucking 3 books.
Yeah. Oh, and then here's a good part for if you're okay with me giving away a little bit of hints for book 4 audiobook.
I said
fair.
Fucking spoiler warnings are off.
If you are a fan of Team 4-Star Dragon Ball Z Abridged, there's gonna be some voices done by yours truly that sound very, very fucking similar to certain characters in there. I'm not telling you which characters. Just keep your ears open.
Yeah, and I'm also looking forward to the banter in it because
yeah.
like the fourth book is almost all fucking dialogue, and Travis, I got fucking the chick that played fucking Ava. By the way, thank you for fucking introducing me to her. She's fucking great.
I knew she would be.
Yeah, and like I'm a little worried about giving her Stockton, not because I don't think she can do it, but it's like I don't know her that well, so it's like, are you gonna do it? Because this is like a couple thousand words.
Okay.
No, not even the raunchy part, just like the length of it, and like, yeah, I think she'll come through, but like, it's still like, come on, do it.
I think once she reads the script, she'll think it's hilarious because she's that kind of person.
Yeah.
She's kind of a bro personality wise, so
yeah.
Like it's yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I shoot memes back and forth with her a little bit.
Derek, the reason why with the house fire starting to pop off rounds and everything like that is because house fires get up and above like 1,000 degrees because of everything that's fucking in them. That's why the rounds were starting to pop.
Also just containment.
Yeah, you're like in an oven.
Yeah, like you're talking about a fucking inferno that is the size of a house. Like everywhere.
Not just like an open air flame or heat source on top of a stove or a lighter.
Also, Matt and Travis, I want your input on this because me and Chuck have been talking about this. Also, again, people
Derek,
at home, you've not been told.
Hellsing Ultimate Abridged and Dragon Ball Z shit earlier. Sorry.
Oh no. I'm doing some DBZ abridged.
Anyway, fucking fuck yeah. Matt and Travis, I want your input on this. Me and Chuck are talking about doing a thing, and again, people at home, you've been warned. Where for books,
are you revealing like the plan?
Yeah, the thing.
Okay, all right, we're revealing the plan, dude. I thought this was going to be a big fucking secret thing.
For the people listening to the audiobook on YouTube, spoiler alert. Fuck off, quit listening.
Super fucking spoilers. Yeah.
Super fucking spoiler.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I want y'all's input on this. And then also anyone who's read the books, fucking, I mean, physically read, not just listened to. And I mean, like all of them. Yeah, you can leave your shit in the comments. But what we're planning on doing is, and also they figure this out sooner or later anyway. But I'm going to have Chuck narrate books 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, I'm 100% down for that.
And then I'll come back in when Vickers meets Hank.
Yes, no,
I think that makes all the sense in the world just because we've already established that like Trip is Hank and Hank is Trip, and so books 1 through 3, it's first person, so it wouldn't make sense if it was the same voice narrating the one that's third person. So no, that's perfect.
That was literally, and it wasn't even about that, but the only reason I had the idea when we were like drunken on a call the other night, way too late for me on a fucking work night. But like we ended up like talking through it and talking about a lot of the logistics involved because it'll be intensive. But like,
yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
It had nothing to do with. It made no sense that like Hank is Trip and Trip is Hank narrating, but the moment that Hank comes back in as the first person narrative. Switching back to that just sounded like such a sexy idea. I'm like, I have to float this. And Drip's like, I'm very skeptical. I'm dubious. Like, I don't know if I'm comfortable handing off narration. I'm just like, you can bully me as much as you fucking please, punch my balls. And like, so we're in coaching negotiations on that as to whether or not he's actually comfortable handing off that gauntlet.
I think it is a fantastic fucking idea. Narratively, it does make sense, especially because, like you're saying, it's going from a first-person perspective to a third-person perspective.
Yeah, no, and it's going to feel really good for the listener, too, to come back, because the way book 7 drops in and just like, oh, shit, we're back with Hank. Like, also having that feeling with Trip's voice coming back would just be, like, mint.
Well, no, at the end of book 6, and then picking back up permanently.
Yeah.
Having something to look forward to, like, oh my god, it's going to be fucking Trip narrating again, like, and it's Hank is Trip.
Yeah.
Trip is,
specifically for those who have not read the books.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a good brain fuck for him because fucking book 4 is long as shit. Book 4 is almost going to be as much time is going to spend almost as much time on YouTube as the first fucking 3 did. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna
fucking
take how many chapters is it? Like a 30?
39.
39. Yeah. No, I mean, it's gonna spend.
And then then you also got book 5 and book fucking 6, and that's fucking 40 more chapters. So like, there's gonna be a good 2 years of that on YouTube.
Well, and then also because book 3 is, if I remember correctly, is like the shortest out of the whole series. Like I remember I picked that.
It's either book 3 or book 5 that's the shortest. But yeah,
I can't remember which one it
they're
was.
close.
I finished the one before it and picked it up and finished it in the same, like, before going to bed. I'm like, fuck, that was quick.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, nobody not watching this right now is gonna know. Or who doesn't go back and watch this later. Do you post these to YouTube when you're done with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, nobody.
Yeah, and they already got told, hey, listen, if you don't want spoilers, fuck it.
There's been like 5
when you edit it, you should have like 5 places where you break for like 3 seconds and do a really obnoxious silent spoiler warning on the screen, like every time you say it,
with music in the background, like fucking elevator music, even better.
What is Jeopardy. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Oh, yeah, no,
dun,
Also, fucking, what is it? Steve saying he likes the idea, and Dom saying getting the inner monologue perspective from someone else is an awesome idea. It's like doing a movie sequel, but changing the main character. But yeah, no, fucking the main character in 4, 5,
That's exactly how
it is not fucking Hank. It's fucking Thatch. It's somebody different. Like, it's a completely different set of characters. Yeah. It's a completely different fucking narrative.
Given the apple did fall about like that fucking far.
Not even like divide that in half.
That's one of the other things though too, is because like for years people have been like, well, I mean, you know, Hank was like immortal, right? So maybe Thatch had a little bit of mortality, so he survived getting thrown into space after his head got cut off, and like maybe he falls down to Earth and Hank and Thatch end up hanging out. And it's like, nah, that's dumb. I get a better idea.
Yeah, no, the best part with how that ended. First of all, whenever I was reading book 6, and because I initially bought the war chest, so I got all the books at once, and Trip and I had been talking even before I did that, and because I'd been following him, because I randomly saw him pop up on Facebook one time, and I sent him a picture of something that somebody had done that was posted on someone else's page and didn't have him tagged. I'm like, hey, you know that someone's doing this without having you attached to it, right? And he didn't respond to me at that. And then I sort of followed him on Instagram after I really got into using Instagram, and I just proceeded to just keep sending him memes until he fucking responded.
That's how most people get here, yeah.
Yeah. Basically what I'm saying is he liked my memes. But anyway, no, I finished dreams. Yeah, I started reading the books the beginning, like not even the beginning of September of 2020, and finished books 1 through 6 by Halloween. And then, 2021 rolls around and I'm just biting at the bit, waiting for the next books. And he goes, and because they forgot, did they drop holiday season going into 2021, or was it holiday season of 2021? It's kind of hard.
I don't fucking remember. That was forever ago.
Either way, shortly after I finished the books, he dropped books 6, 7, 8, and 9, basically like a week apart. And I bought all 3 of them like that, and sped right through those as well. And so these are going to be some spoilers for the last 3 books.
Yeah.
There is a character in there that is, their name is Cupsicavicious Ink Lizard. Named after, the first name is my last name. Yeah. So if you read that, if you want a funny way that you could pronounce it, try Cups of Cabbages, or as my older brother would say, cunt and camel shit. But
why does your brother say that?
Because my older brother was my half brother.
I still don't understand why he says that. I'm sorry, it's weird.
Because he had a different dad than I did. There's a whole story with that, and he didn't like my dad.
Cotton camel shit.
All right, but yeah, no. Anyway, I think it'll be
more about the saying. That's all.
Yeah, no, but I think it'll be a good gut punch at the end of fucking 6 with the fucking audiobooks where it fucking switches the narration like right.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, no.
I'm
I'm
super.
super.
Ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yes, the one that actually follows the manga. Yes.
Yeah. You know that scene when the Fear Bradley's suddenly not dead?
Yes.
He's like, "Hey, greetings, I'm back." That's like what I felt when I had that idea. I'm just like, what about like when Tripp's voice comes in, where it's basically just like, "Hey, bitches, it's me, Tripp, the narrator of this fucking series. This is my fucking series. I'm taking it back." Like, and I was like,
I'm gonna get my job back.
No, it's just,
dude. Which, by the way, fucking Travis, on that fucking like primo fucking delivery on that, because like, that's a fucking hard scene if you're just reading it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fucking like the delivery on that was.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was fucking hilarious when I read the blooper, when I listened to the bloopers, because in when you were letting your mic run, you were like speed reading through the poem, and then you said, "I'm gonna get my job back," like 20 different hilarious ways, and one of them was almost exactly how I said it, but without the accent, and I just thought that was fucking great.
Here's an idea that I was bouncing off a Trip. For once book 4 is going and everything like that, is one of the things I mentioned to him was like, hey, if you want, I could do the reading the YouTube comments in my TFS Dragon Ball Z abridged Mr. Popo voice. Just be like, all right, maggots, listen up. I'm going to be reading some of your comments.
"Come on, maggots."
All right, Mr. Popo's going to give you the pecking order. It's you, the dirt, the ones inside the dirt, Popo's stool, Kami, then Popo. Any questions? Pecking order.
No, that might be a good idea too. Like towards like later on, like doing that kind of shit again, where it's like, hey, fucking, we're wrapping up on the end of this. And I know I sent it in scripts to Matt and Travis, where it was like, fucking, hey, this is like the biggest character I got playing. Fucking at the end of it, like, hey, if you get anything you want to say to the audience, throw it in here, and I'll throw it at the fucking end of the fucking like the post credits of the fucking last chapter or fucking whatever. But yeah, dude, another one fucking like replying to fucking comments like, hey man, fucking XYZ fucking whatever. And I'd contact you guys about this hopefully after we're actually done with 6. But 4 is not all out yet, because that's like I would like.
You mean 3?
No. I mean like.
No, you said 6.
4. Yeah, no. Because like I want.
I mean,
to...
4 is also not out yet. Like he wasn't wrong in his statement. Like technically.
Yeah, no. Like I want to be working on 6 before all of 4 is on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like, hey, listen, 4 is wrapping up. Do you guys want to fucking reply to these fucking comments as y'all?
Yes, Derek. Remember the pecking order.
Pecking order.
So
terrifying and a potential rapist.
We should have angry Fonzie respond to the really fucking stupid comments.
Yes.
That would be fucking great. like just like, hey, just berate these guys. Go for it.
Yeah, you just gotta start off with, listen, you little bitch. Like in the voice, like,
you fucking stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah. No. But going into the voices, as you can tell, I can do pretty much the voices that Lanny Pretor did in the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series. I can also do some of the Takahata ones, so mainly Nappa, and I can also do Alucard from that. So, but those are some bullets that are in the chamber for later on for Trip to use. But he has pulled the trigger on at least 3 voices for me to use.
Yeah.
Be back in a few. Gotta call my girl. I guess her cat died. Oh shit! I was reading.
Oh, whose cat died?
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Dumb.
I was reading that with like funny and good. Like, gotta call my girl. Like that's a good thing. But then the end was a bad thing. Oh man.
Dude, dumb. Sorry about your cat. Also, yes, Derek, pecking order.
Dumb.
Sorry about your cat.
Dude,
yeah.
sorry about your cat, man.
No, but like I'm excited for the next ones that are coming up, because like I've had everybody shit for book 3 for fucking months at this point. It seems like fucking forever. And I'm fucking chugging through it. Again, like if you're following on Patreon, the 10th chapter is already up over there. And I sent out like 90% of the shit for fucking book 4, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the fucking 4th book. Like it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Also, with the 4th book, near the end, I will give you guys a heads up, depending on how Trip adjusts the audio. If you wear headphones, I'm sorry. Just give you a forewarning.
Yeah, dude, it's called editing. You take care of that.
What do you do? Do you put the microphone like up your ass and like shit on it? Like,
no.
That's what that phone box is for, dude.
Yeah, that's for my OnlyFans.
we don't need that much. We don't need that much isolation. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Actually, real quick, stop. I don't know if he's watching right now, but there's a guy named Derek. This is your obligatory, or this is your requisite feet.
Oh yeah. Chur-O.
We're showing you our
on
feet.
Instagram.
This is my feet. It's my feet. I'm not showing my actual feet right now because I'm gonna put my feet up, but these are your feet pics. Screenshot it.
I'd show you mine, but they'd probably give you nightmares.
Well, there you go. We showed feet. You're welcome. You're welcome.
There we go. That'll do, pig. I need more beer. Give me 2 seconds. It's right there.
Donate to my Patreon.
Actually, no. They have a feet finder thing that you get paid for now.
Nice.
Can we combine like what was the word for like the Latin word for like feet, like pedo, like a podiatrist. So donate to my Patreon. There we go.
I have a question. I have a question about this. All right, so what is it? So a pedophile bangs little kids, and an equestrian likes horses. So what's a pedestrian?
My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I forgot bronies were a thing. Fuck.
I feel like it was right there. Did you not know the answer?
No, because the only brony shit I know refers to a jar, and it's like the second worst thing on the internet that involves a jar.
Yeah.
No, that'd be the third.
What's the other one after one man, one jar?
2 girls, 1 cup.
That's not a jar, though. That's not a jar.
No, well, apparently there was a follow-up where they used a jar.
Yeah. No one saw the follow-up.
Yeah, but you didn't say the follow-up. You said the thing.
Sorry.
But it's officially Jar Jar Binks. That's the second worst thing that involves the jar.
I think wasn't there part of it in the BMA Pain Olympics that also involved a jar?
That was what number 1 was, dude. Yeah.
There was a part. It's in the blooper reels for book 2. I was doing a Fonzie line and I kept fucking up the whole sentence, and I ended up making an somewhat accidental 2 girls, 1 cup reference because I was supposed to say like
yeah.
I was supposed to say I'll slit every throat in Russia, and I said I'll shit every throat in Russia, and it just kind of went.
For QSI Frodo, just a heads up, we are in spoiler territory on Instagram for you, as well as those on YouTube who just joined. Spoilers, you have been warned.
Yeah.
Listen,
you get pissy about it, it's your fault.
Listen.
If you drive a Honda, it's tricked, and it's gonna street race. Like, listen, we got so many spoilers that my eggs are bad now.
Listen, motherfucker, if you're stupid enough to not hear what Trip said like 5 fucking times already, I can't fucking help you. You're a fucking idiot. All right.
As someone who lives down in the valley, like
piece of shit.
That is like straight up RGV fucking accent, and it's hilarious.
I live 3 hours north of Mexico.
Yeah, no, and I'm like 2 hours away from you. It's like
yeah, same dude. Oh, by the way, I saw the fucking thing on your beer bottle.
Oh, the Guinness.
I thought you had a Bohemian Black.
No. I drink Guinness like a man.
No, he's drinking light beer like a man.
Have you had Shiner Bohemian Black?
Yes, I'm not a fan of it. I prefer my Guinness. I prefer my stouts.
My thing about Guinness is I feel like now I started out drinking Guinness draft like in a bar. And ever since, like, I feel like Guinness is one of those things where once you have it draft and it's poured really, really well from a fucking tap.
Someone who knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, the bottle just isn't the same anymore.
I mean, it's literally, they are literally 2 different beers.
Draft and the draught are 2 completely different things.
I mean, drought is literally just the way they spell draft in Irish. So they're both draft. But, like, the Guinness you get at a bar is actually higher ABV and a different mix than you were getting.
And also has higher quality nitrogen in it.
Yeah. So Guinness from a can is closer because they've got that dumb little ping pong ball in the bottom of it.
Yeah, they have the nitrogen ball in there.
That opens up. But the bottle is like, I mean, I love it from a bottle too. It's really smooth. The can is closer, but like, you know, from the draft is obviously better. And even then, like, we're like, unless you've been to the Baltimore, Maryland brewery or to the Dublin, Ireland brewery, you're not getting like their fucking. There's one of the things I really don't understand about Guinness is that they make some of the best goddamn beers I've ever had, and they don't distribute them.
See, that's why I love Shiner. So I love Shiner's craft brews. Their Bock in a bottle is kind of ass, but if you have their Bock on tap, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but if you adore Guinness like Matt clearly does, you're drinking it from a bottle, you're enjoying yourself. Like, because you're drinking something you love, even if it's like a lesser. And I'm with you on this. And what one of my harsher takes about like life is like I insist that Guinness is like because out of a bottle or a can, what is it? 4.2. You've got one right in front.
Find it.
Yeah, no, they don't mark it obviously, but
they do
4.5. But out of a bottle or a can, I think it's like 4.2 or 4.3. That is closer to Bud Light than Budweiser, and it's got 2 calories than a can of Coca-Cola. That's a fucking light beer. Like, it feels heavy is because it's nitro instead of carbonated. And it was the
they used to have the ABV on it.
It is on there legally. It has to be somewhere. But it's just hard to find. I remember it being hard to find in the bottle specifically. But like. It's just the genius behind it was like, okay, so we're gonna make this like really light stout, and then we're gonna make it nitro instead of carbonated, so it feels even thicker, and it's just like packed with flavor. But it's a fucking light beer. It is.
If I remember correctly, at least one of them that I was drinking, it was like 9.8% ABV.
No, like I said, Guinness makes some incredibly like complex heavy beers. They just hardly distribute them. Like they've got the milk stout, they never ship. They've got the
natural cold brew is fucking delicious.
Yeah, no, they make some incredible beers. They're just like, no, we don't care to ship them. Everyone just likes Guinness the way it is. It's fine. Like you got to come to the brewery if you want to try them. If you go to the Guinness Gateway Brewery in Baltimore, and I used to live in Baltimore, I know West, and it's really interesting to me that they got it out of all the places in America. The only other Guinness brewery is in Baltimore, Maryland.
You figured it'd be Boston.
Yeah, right.
You'd think.
Where there's some fucking Irishmen. I mean, but like also like the entire Eastern Board is filled with Irishmen. Like,
okay, this is weird. They do not have the ABV on the bottle.
Matt, it is on there. You just can't find it.
It might be on the case. I know some Shiner brews.
I think it's on the
some Shiner brews don't have it on the bottle, but they have it on the case.
Yeah, no, but there's more fucking Irish people in fucking America than there are in Ireland.
Well, there's like 2 people in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's actually just
the
one
size of my thumbnail.
Just
it's just Conor McGregor. It's just him.
Yeah, because looking on the website,
he's going around the world like assholing it up.
Yeah, because apparently their over the moon milk stout is an ABV of 5.3%.
Yeah, that's beer percent. Yeah, that's like average beer percent. But like Guinness, like out of a can or a bottle is like, I mean, yeah, Google it. It's like 4.2 or 3. Like,
yeah. I'm looking online right now, and they're saying it's 4.2. Yet I remember picking some up whenever I was in San Diego. That was like 9.8%. And it was Guinness.
Yeah.
I think the extra stout is probably the one I'm thinking of. It's the one that
the extra stout is only in the 6 range. Like,
yeah.
But it's carbonated, so it hits completely differently as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a heavy
speaking
beer.
Of, Matt, did you know there is There's two. So like I go down there for work a lot. I think I'm down there like every.
You talking about the brewery in McAllen and then the brewery out by
No,
Padre?
totally different. Like ADHD has taken over and is now running the show. So this is a complete fucking different thing.
Adderall is worn off. It's late in the day.
The beer has been drank.
Yeah, so like most of the shit in Brownsville, everything down there has got a Spanish name because you're like basically in Mexico.
Yeah,
so like I was down there making a delivery and my GPS stopped working and I got off the highway and made the closest thing to what I remembered it telling me to do earlier. I made the wrong turn. My GPS popped up on me again and told me to reroute back to the route. And the road it told me to reroute down was called Thor's Hammer Boulevard.
I know exactly where you're talking about. You turn down onto I know the road that you're talking about, but it's basically it has like a little like it has the Chick-fil-A on one side. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So yeah,
right over there.
Yeah,
I used to live farther down that road on Dana.
Yeah, I had just kind of converted over to the whole thing, and the last thing I expected to see in Brownsville, Texas, was Thor's Hammer Boulevard, and then there was a road I could see the street sign from where I was turning that said Valhalla Way.
Yeah,
I was like, why the fuck is this in Brownsville?
Okay, first of all, the first time I saw that Thor's Hammer, I'm like, how hard is it to Google Mjolnir? But then again, Mexicans they'd look at that and be like, you're here. Mjolnir.
I mean, that's what most Americans do. Mjolnir. Yeah.
And they'd roll the R.
Mm-hmm. Well, we roll R's too.
Yeah.
White people used to roll R's. We used to be cool. We used to be a country.
Yeah. The Italians still do.
Now we're just cunty.
But yeah, dude, no, if you're ever down here for white-winged dove season, man, fucking hit me up.
Fuck yeah. I mean, you're not that far away.
Yeah. And I just heard the theme song for Darkwing Duck in my head for some stupid reason. Darkwing Duck!
Dude, Travis, I don't think Chuck and Trip understand the joy that is white-winged dove hunting. You're just out there with a case of beer, getting drunk while just blasting birds.
Out of the sky, yeah.
Out of the sky. Oh. And the fact that I take it you're also, 80% disabled as well?
I should be. They only gave me 60. I'm trying to fight it.
I went through Vets Combat Pen and they helped me out with getting from 10 to 80. But
my problem was a couple of my claims need an MRI so they can see the soft tissue because an X-ray doesn't show.
You have metal in your body?
No, I don't. They need the soft tissue. But they never. They were fighting me. They just declined it instead of giving me an MRI.
Dude, I went in to get checked out before I even got the MRIs or anything like that. And I'm gonna say this: the VES company that does the screening for the VA for the disabilities and shit like that, they're a piece of shit most of the time. I went in there. I was supposed to get reevaluated for my knee, get evaluated for sciatica on both sides, get evaluated for my right ankle and my right shoulder. I went in there and I'm start talking about, we're done talking about my sciatica and my knee and everything like that. And I start talking about my ankle and my shoulder. And it's this fat old white lady down here. She's like, no, we're not here to talk about that. And I'm like, yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. And I was literally about to pull up the paperwork. She goes, no, we're not here about that. I'm like, all right, well, fine. Fuck you too then. But
my favorite part was instead of suggesting an MRI, because you're talking about soft tissue damage that cannot be seen in an X-ray. What they do is they're like, well, okay, bend over. Okay, now raise your knee. Okay, now try to touch your toes. And it's like, just because I can do it doesn't mean it doesn't fucking hurt. Like, of course.
Yeah, but they don't care that it doesn't hurt. They only care about fucking mobility on it.
Yeah, but
yeah. No, but anyway, what is it? Phoenix is saying in the comments, it's amazing how there are things that you notice that happen in like book 2 and 4 that end up showing back up in book 12. And the one thing about the last book, I didn't recognize the people from the later books were also in the first books.
Yeah. So Travis, have you gotten to the part in the last book where they run into Hitler?
Yes.
Dude, Trip and I have talked about this every single fucking... My favorite scene is when it's Doc, Thatch, and Hank, and all of them go, fuck. And then they're like, what? And then Thatch goes, that's my wife. And Dot goes, no, that's my wife. And Hank sitting there goes, that's Ava Braun.
No. It's funny because Travis and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, where he was reading book. He was reading Phantom in the Moonlight. He's like, yeah, this Lydia chick gives me real Samoom vibes, and I was like, put a pin in that for a second.
That's right, you did say that. Fucking A.
Because it turns out that actually is her. Reincarnation's a thing in this fucking series.
It's funny. We kept having, because like we were talking about what I'm writing and some ideas that I had. We were also talking about shit because I was trying to get through the whole series before 12 came out. It didn't happen because I have kids and I need to sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
And but like I kept saying these things both about his book and about my book that I'm working on and little ideas that I have. And it's like we found ourselves in this really weird fucking parallel wavelength. And like every other thing I said, he would just pause and be like, put a pin in that, put a pin in that. I'm like, I'm out of fucking pins, Trip. Like,
no, whenever while I was waiting for my proofread, my editing versions of the last 3 books to come in, I was talking about stuff. He goes, put a pin in that. The conversation, put a pin in that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to give you spoilers for it, but like, you know, shit happens, you know.
Oh, dude, no, like how often were you and I talking about that stuff, and you basically were like, dude, get the fuck out of my head.
Well, no, and like, you know, I think I did a good job wrapping a much shit together. Again, you know, Travis hasn't read the last half of the 12th book, so like none of that.
Yeah,
but like there's a lot of shit that fucking like, I don't want to say it seems like it got tied off. Or didn't get tied off earlier in the series, but it's like, oh, hey, guess what? That's still a thing. Here you go, buddy.
Better job than D&D did with Game of Thrones. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah. And then I wanted to go back because there was, I think it was Derek. It might have been somebody else. Was talking about. Oh no, it was Steven. Whenever hanging off of the side of the ship, whenever you're doing maintenance on the aircraft on a carrier. Yeah, no, whenever we're also trying to lift up the nets after doing a gun qual off the flight deck on a frigate, and you're literally having to, because one of the nets fell all the way down, and you're having to basically reach over, and it's just open water right in front of you, and you're having to use basically a hook to pull that net up while someone's basically holding on to your belt so you don't go overboard.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing.
Yeah, no, and then for those of you mainly for Chuck and Travis, the D&D game that Trip and I are in on Wednesdays.
It's fun time.
Yeah, every so often I hit Trip up, I'm like, hey, you want to sub? He's like, hang on, I'm in the middle of a D&D thing, and I just punched God. Like, oh, okay, yeah,
No. He's not trying to punch God. He's trying to fuck God.
I mean,
I'm being 100% serious.
If we take a Warhammer spin on D&D, that's actually a thing.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Hey, Travis, fellow Warhammer 40K fan.
I just finished. I just fucking so because I drive, like you were talking about, audiobooks have been my thing because I drive so much. So I just finished the entire fucking Horus Heresy series over the last year and a half, and I'm like 3 books into Siege of Terra right now.
What do you audiobook on?
Audible.
Man, I don't know. I'm always looking for people who like, you get to know somebody well enough, maybe trust your Amazon credentials, swap Audible profiles.
Oh, dude, my Audible profile is hilarious. You can tell that, like, I never wanted to be a Warhammer guy, right? I
have all of the Halo books on my Audible profile, so I don't apologize.
Okay, since everybody in here is basically a Warhammer fan, a Starship Trooper fan, and a Halo fan.
Got the Boy Scout Jamboree 2004 Halo patch.
Hell yeah! If you haven't yet, Helldivers 2 is the perfect love child of Starship Troopers, Halo ODST, and 40K.
Yeah,
dude, I want to, but I don't have a PS5, and it's like, fuck.
I mean, is it on PC?
So I never really
it's on
got
PC,
much,
and it's cross-platform with it's cross-play with PS5.
Yeah, I never really got much into fucking like tabletop or anything like that, but I'm a sucker for a good sci-fi. I love a good book.
I love the lore of 40K, but
Yeah.
I am not going to go into the sinkhole that is the tabletop because I'm already a gun owner.
Well, that's the thing. Like I love a good sci-fi. I love a good narrative. I love a good book, and the guys that I knew in the military were always in the fucking group chat we have, just talking about 40K lore and all these vague references and shit like that. And they're like, Travis, you gotta fucking read the Horus Heresy. You gotta fucking read the Horus Heresy. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll get the fucking audiobook. I got about 5 minutes into the first book of the Horus Heresy series, and I was like, God fucking damn it!
You were smitten immediately.
This is really fucking good.
No, that's a really good hook. That really speaks well for who they hired to read those books. Like 5 minutes in, you were just like, I'm in.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck.
My favorite books took me a while to orient myself.
It was just amazing. So like fast forward a year and a half later, I've officially read. Okay, so for perspective, this is how addictive it is. The Horus Heresy series I'm talking about is 54 books long.
And
I've listened to 54 books.
Yeah, and it's not, and the whole Horus Heresy book series doesn't just follow the Primarchs. It goes over the
entire fucking galaxy.
Yes.
Now there were a couple times where I felt like I had to drag through a couple of the books because it got to like almost to the end of the whole series, and all of a sudden it goes back to the beginning, and I was like, fuck, like we're right there, put me there, you know. But oh my fucking god, dude, like it's like honestly where I'm at right now, the only novels I care about at this point in my life are the one I'm writing, fucking Hemingway, Smokepit Fiarytales, and Warhammer. That's it.
Dude, honestly, so before I get into what I was going to say, Dom, this is Thor right here. So we ironically got our dog and our cat a year apart from each other. My dog's name is Loki. We've had him longer. We got them almost a year apart to the day. It was like a few days apart. But
also, we should take some time to acknowledge the fact that Dom's kitty did in fact die.
18 years old. That's why I went and grabbed him.
That's a good run for a cat.
Yeah. Aside from this one pawing at my door and everything like that, wanting to be let in.
He had an extra fucking tail on each hand. Yeah, so he had a Hemingway cat.
But so my dog's name is Loki. He is a pit bull lab hybrid mix in the embodiment of being, named who he's named after. And the funniest part is that Thor here does not like Loki. He keeps smacking at him and everything like that. So the funniest thing is how this one, we didn't adopt him. He adopted us. My wife went to go drop my son off at school on like the 4th of December. And this one came crawling out from under my truck. And she made sure that he stayed away while she was backing up so she wouldn't run him over. And she didn't realize it, but he ran into our garage before she closed it. And when she got home, he was just chilling in our garage. And he is such a sweet cat, aside from whenever he tries to, bite me like he is right now. But he's then goes right into licking. Like, he is the only cat that I have known.
Hold on real quick. Dom, you said Jasmine made catnip tea for his home hospice. Dom, did you marry the stripper?
I'm sorry. Isn't Jasmine like what the tea is called? Like, did you miss that sentence?
Well, yeah, no.
He says yep.
Oh, he says yep.
No, because he had a point where he was a fucking medic and he was dating a chick named fucking Jasmine, which was Kennedy's name in the first book. Like, Kennedy was her stripper name. Her real name was fucking Yasmina or Jasmine.
He loved with a flipper.
He was driving a fucking shitbox fucking
at least
goddamn Mustang.
At least your parallelism with Smokepit Fiarytales ends there and doesn't go on to the horrific shit. Jesus Christ!
But apparently she's also fucking Filipina.
It ends on a high note.
What's really funny about this whole situation is how accurate.
No. He says no. She's not the stripper. Yes, she made the tea. I mean, that's an
no marriage yet.
Okay.
Oh no! So is she a stripper? You just haven't married her. You need to be more specific, Dom.
But no, this is hands down the most lovable cat I've ever had. Like he very quickly decided that I'm his person. As you can
So
see, he's
you've
trying to
been
get my
a stripper
attention.
as well, is what I'm getting out of these comments.
I tried to hold mine
God,
just
you're
because you were
racist.
holding your cat, and mine tried to kill me. So there's a definitely.
I just gotta say,
dude,
everyone
like,
in the chat saying they're a dog person. Earlier, I was like sitting here with my golden retriever all up on my face. Nobody said a fucking word.
Oh no. I can't remember. I don't think it was Dom. I can't remember who it was, but somebody did say adorable pup.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just saying, like,
Yeah, no.
I had
Ralph
to,
was
like,
acknowledged.
I had to bite my tongue to
you
make
guys don't
random.
even care about my dark red golden retriever.
I was trying to control my ADHD because like I almost said puppy like 5 fucking times, but you know.
Hey, you
But
don't have to- we're all adult children.
But yeah, no, and the best part is that like my 7-year-old, soon to be 8-year-old, is his best friend is our dog. Like he just started sleeping in his room with him, like this past week, because he's been keeping his room clean finally.
Fuck me.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, like I've got pictures. I think I showed Trip pictures of the dog just laying in my son's bed, just the biggest goofy smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like, and the dog is he like head of a pit bull. Everything else looks like a lab, and he has like straight lab energy. Like he won't stay still. He like I'm used, and I was just telling him, my wife earlier. I was like, he's supposed to be a couch potato. He's supposed to be a land seal. He's not. He's a fucking crackhead.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, people.
Did you crack?
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the 3.5 hour mark. Do you guys have anything to say to the people at home before we deuce out?
If you are enjoying these and you cannot wait for the rest of the books to come out in audiobook, buy the war chests. Buy the books.
Yeah, if you send Trip nudes, he actually gives you leaks. So that's a good way to get early content too.
Here's a really cool life hack. If you send Trip money, boxes,
if you send him money, you get boxes with books in them, and maybe even some pens that he used when he was writing
stickers and patches. Anybody else got a Smokepit patch?
Mine's still.
Like, come on.
I feel like me and Matt really missed out on the fucking patch jacket memo. I need to catch up.
Yeah, I have like one of those like stretchy denim jackets that I bought from Walmart, and I need to start putting patches on it.
Mine got started in a really funny way. I left this jacket at Trip's house accidentally, and he told me that if I did not come back to his house and pick it up soon, he was going to take it to the range and shoot it. And I was just like, okay, that's a really dumb thing to do to my coat. He's like, I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to poke it full of holes, which was true. So I came back up to his house probably 6 months later, and his wife joined in on the lie, but he worded it in such a way that she was able to without really being a liar, because like Trip's wife is not a good like fibber, even for Frank.
She was able to lie while telling the truth.
She sold it. And I was just like, he's like, oh man, I can't wait to show you what I did to your jacket. And I'm just like, oh, like you shoot it up, and he's like, it's all full of holes, right, Mal? And she's like, yeah, no, he poked it all full of holes, like it's fucking riddled. And I'm just like, damn, he really just shot my coat up, like, okay,
The best part is that I saw all the videos of him adding like when he was wearing that jacket, and it would progressively get more and more patches on it.
That's one. I was just like, oh man, damn, like I don't know, I was really hoping to just get this coat back. Like I don't know, maybe I was hoping he would like do something to it, but like damn, Mal, like you know, Trip's wife was telling me like it's full of holes, like I guess it is, and I was just like and I like went downstairs, and like Trip picks it up, and it's like it's got patches on it now, and I'm just like, oh fucking sweet, and he's like, did you think I shot it? I'm like, well, your wife joined in, so yeah, like she telling no lies, like
so.
here's the
So apparently Steven sent you nudes tripping. All he got was a restraining order.
Dude, fucking so Steve had a few lines in the fucking second book. Goddamn fucking I okay, listen, look at me, all of you, look at me. Travis, I love you. Matt, I love you. Chuck, I love you. Steven's probably my fucking most valuable player after fucking Diane.
Dude,
Because
hey,
of the shit he did in the third book. By the way, Chuck and fucking y'all, he was the guy that played the mech pilot.
Yeah, he was fucking amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, listen, Travis,
Your
look at me.
blood
Listen to me.
curdling fucking gurgling noises. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no. Look at me, Chuck. I love you for playing Doc. Travis, I love you for fucking playing the Fonz. You are fucking fantastic. Matt, you are a great Swiss Army knife. Steve was just like, no. Steve showed up and was like, no, fuck these guys. I'm winning. And
Is Steven the guy that Fonz beats up?
Say what?
Steven's he played the guy that Steven played the guy that Fonz beats up.
Fun fact, I think that was a different Steven.
But also,
I think
if you haven't done it yet.
No, we're talking about the Cyclops.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the third book.
Okay, no, that guy. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Odyssey, the Cyclops.
Yeah,
Okay.
the guy in the cave, or the whole time for the whole fucking
You
the guy that killed me.
Okay, I kill you.
Yeah. When you play the villain,
Yeah. Like, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, fucking that fucking guy, and that's all I can say about Steve is like that.
That was another scene. That was another scene where I had to pause. Trip and I were listening to the chapter. Trip finished mixing it. We were listening to it together, like drinking it, and I just like hit pause. I'm just like, who the fuck's that guy? Whoa! And just like, dude, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And I literally asked, I'm like, Trip, did you find all those gurgling noises in like Film Cal's like free database? Because Trip gets a lot of just bullshit scream noises and shit from Film Cal's like free dump. And he's like, nope, that was all him. He was just like, I'm just gonna give you all kinds of shit. And it was just so, I'm like, dude, it's amazing. Like, and it's so dramatic and so ridiculous.
So
like,
what I'm hearing is for my last line of book 4.
You choked himself in water.
Exactly what you were hearing is you need to step up your game. That's exactly what you're hearing.
No. So what I'm hearing is that someone has set the bar and I need to raise it higher.
Hey, Matt,
yes.
Steve says he choked himself in water, so you actually have to drown.
Oh my god, dude! I don't even know if I fucking.
You actually have to drown yourself. You actually have to get waterboarded in order to step up your game. Sorry.
No. Here's the thing: is that
I'm sorry, I didn't write the rules.
Here's the thing: he was gurgling like that. I have to be screaming like I'm being eaten alive by fucking zombies.
Can one waterboard?
Dude, no. Dude, the fourth one's gonna be great for that because like half the characters are like, here's your lines. Direction is character in parentheses. You're getting eaten by zombies. Have fun. Like there's like at least 10 characters where like that's like the last fucking like
don't
ask
Steven, can you waterboard yourself? And I'm thinking, I think you can for a second or two. Like I like not for very long. Like you could put the towel down and like tip it, but you're gonna stop pretty quick, I would assume. I'm not brave enough to try it, kids. I'm not recommending you do. I think it's terrible.
But anyway,
we just need disclaimers all over Chuck when this gets on YouTube.
Yeah, anytime I talk, like just have a disclaimer thing pop up. Like, don't stick cigarettes against bullets and don't waterboard yourself.
No. What you should do is edit in whenever he's talking about stuff like that. Put the parental advisory symbol right next to his fucking head.
We don't want to get demonetized here.
But what do you mean?
Put their advertisements on this video anymore because I talked.
What is this monetization that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
No. Just, I don't want to demonetize him.
But anyway, Dom, DIY Dom the Builder brought us something that might interest you.
Dom the Builder.
Maybe do a war ammo box with the audiobooks on cassette.
Yeah, once they figure out the technology for that, I'll build it for the 2 people that'll fucking buy it.
If you got balls, buy a bullet ant from a pet store and let it bite your chode. No, fuck
Yeah. Yeah. Look.
No. How
I don't
about
have
no,
enough followers
Scott?
for that.
Like, no. If you got balls,
So-
like, okay.
So, spoilers for book 10, Steven, going into the Rube Goldberg machine.
That was a
Put a
great
pin in that
fucking
if you
scene.
haven't read it.
That was a great fucking scene.
Like,
God damn. No, because like Hank's going through all this shit, and then like everyone else is just freaking the fuck out about this like machine this wizard put together, and Hank's having a fucking conniption, not because he's in danger, but because the position in front of him is so fucking stupid that he's like, this is not. There's no. I'm dead.
This
like,
can't be happening.
I'm still at Bethesda in a fucking coma because
And this
there's
is a
no way
fucking-
something this fucking stupid is actually happening in real life.
no.
Oh, by the way, Trip, I'm calling it now. Dibs on voicing that fucking dumbass wizard.
You have to fight. You do have to like fist fight Steve for that.
Bet.
Yeah.
Okay, here, to make it interesting, we'll go ahead and rub ourselves down with butter and have a real good time.
I'll wrestle you both, and whoever
Hey.
I decide beat me more sexually can have the role.
Hey, Chuck, you gotta remember, I was in the Navy and I was blue side. I can make your toes curl.
Oh,
Yeah, but we were Marine Corps on ship.
Yeah.
Sailors.
I might be a little gay, all right? So, like, you know, like, I'm you at the time.
So,
Look,
hey,
aside from all the fucking gay Navy jokes, the Marine Corps did have the first same-sex married couple. So, like, you're always
Fair.
gonna have that.
You're fucking progressive, you motherfucker.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. During all the
Like I
games
said,
of gay
your
chicken on the ship,
traditions are outdated. You guys are still pretending not to be gay. Marine Corps is like proud. We're proud.
Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah, well,
Pride. The
Yeah,
few
well-
and the pride, the Marines.
yeah, dude. We'll drop the fucking hard F and the fucking slur fucking thing, man. Get away from me, you sailors.
Oh my god, like Trip had me drop
hold up. No, Steven brought up a better idea. Steven
Trip's like,
brought up a better idea. Kentucky jelly wrestling in the nude. I am 100% down. Travis, you're the referee.
Trip had me recording like somebody like just I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Trip had me saying fag so many times in the first book. He's like, I'm a little uncomfortable with how comfortable you are with like delivering that line. I'm just like, well, you're never gonna catch me saying an M-bomb, but I feel a little entitled to this one.
I mean, I dropped it twice. Granted, in the context of saying you're not supposed to say it.
Dude, no, and then one of the other things I didn't put it in the blooper reel, because like, you know, I didn't want to fucking, you know, whatever, but because like, you know, Penelope fucking drops it, and in the
She
fucking
drops it like 4 fucking
no, but it was funny because like in the actual thing, like
Drop it.
no, because like in the actual thing, she's like, yeah, okay, so Penelope, blah blah blah. So Penelope's saying, oh my god, Trip, what the fuck? Okay, all right.
Went through all of the stages of
like all the stages of grief, and then I was like, I'm gonna give you $200. Thank you for being here.
I like Chardance's attitude through that whole thing. He's so fucking calm. He's just like, I thought faggot meant homosexual. I was like, well, can't really use it like that.
Well, the other thing that was funny about Chardance was he was like, yeah, you people like to do this kind of thing, and it's like, well, hold on, Chardance, what do you mean, you people? I'm just a dude playing a dude pretending to be another dude.
I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as a dude.
I'm just a dude playing disguise as another dude.
Or Trip can throw a Walkman for $20. That was in response to something. Great voice acting there. Don't know what that was referring to. Would love to know if it was me, especially.
I don't know. In general, fucking like I like the voices you three are fucking actually are fucking throwing at me. So that's to y'all.
You're just weird.
I don't know if that's what he meant, but I'm co-opting it.
Oh wait! Yeah, wasn't somebody earlier saying like, "Can I be your token like airman?" We already have an airman. If Steven was airwing. Oh wait, no.
Maybe it's Marine Corps.
Yeah, airwing of the Marine Corps. Yeah, no.
But which is funny because the Marine Corps
don't have an airman.
Well, no. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about
Sorry,
Marine
Steven,
aviation?
I didn't even reply. That you weren't in the military.
You know what's funny about like Marine Corps aviation though is it's the Navy's, Army's, Air Force.
Bullet ants for full effect.
Yeah.
I probably could have used that the one time I had to scream because the first
No,
time I
because
tried to
then you
record a
just be-
scream.
what's the name of that fuck ass on YouTube who just gets bit by a bunch of shit?
The
And-
Oh, Coyote
fucking-
Peterson.
Oh,
yeah, Cody
God.
Peterson can go to hell. Like, oh yeah, like all right, watch me react to being bitten by that. Like 8 million views, good for him. I'm glad he's making his money. Fuck you.
Yeah, no shit. No,
Like,
it's
that's-
funny
like,
because when I was trying to
he
record
markets
that,
himself as like a
stream.
fucking environmentalist. He got on Stephen Colbert, and
Yeah.
Stephen clearly hated him. Sorry, moving on.
yeah,
Although
'cause
to be fair, Stephen Colbert is a bit of a douche nozzle nowadays. Like
Yeah.
early to mid 2000s, yeah, he was
Yes,
not
I agree.
as
I completely agree. We have fallen far from the 2006 White House Correspondents' Dinner where he had the balls to like gut the nation. That's not the guy we're dealing with anymore. But yeah,
he's just a mouthpiece now.
There
Anyway,
should be a
Travis, what did you say
blooper
about
reel.
streaming?
There should be a
What?
blooper reel coming out very, very soon on YouTube of me trying to get a scream right because the first time I tried to scream on the mic, it came out super fucking like.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude, no, it was great because Travis did give me a but before he gave me
I just start busting up laughing because like I heard it when I screamed into the mic. I heard myself on like the fucking same
Feedback.
time feedback, and I was like, oh god, that fucking sucked. And I was just like, I busted up laughing at myself. I had to like catch myself and then try to actually scream. I didn't realize like I can do all these voices and all these accents, but the hardest thing to do is scream like you're actually fucking screaming.
Like you're in pain. Like you're in pain. Like you're in pain. Yeah. So here you do. You just make a fist and you just jam your thumbnail into the ligament between the ring finger and the middle finger. It hurt real bad.
Or think about a time that really, really fucking hurt, and you get that phantom pain of where it happened.
Yeah, well, it's because a genuine scream that sounds believable is such an organic action. It's one of those things that has to be, it has to come from a real place. So, like when it comes from a real place, you put like your full fucking voice into it. And when you try to scream on purpose, you don't do that, and it sounds fucking sad.
You can. It takes some practice.
Yeah, I got it right the second time, but that first one I had to leave it in there just for trip.
I actually like literally onomatopoeia though. Like when I get hurt, I actually say oof.
No. Speaking of that,
I broke up a fight between a couple of kids like last Wednesday, out of school, and I got like hit inside of the head. And I just went oof, like, and I oof, like I literally just say oof when I get hurt. Like it makes no sense. My dad did it too. It must be genetic.
it's a Midwest thing, Chuck.
Yeah.
It's a Midwest thing.
Okay,
But,
good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, because I'm granted, I live in Texas now. I'm originally from Illinois, but here's the funny thing, specifically for Travis. Travis, does the name Hellfire Jack Rogers ring a bell to you in Texas history?
That might be the only Texas history name I don't know because I am a Texas history buff, and I feel ashamed for not knowing what.
Father-in-law of General Sam Houston also was a part of the initial standing army of Texas. He is my 8th great grandfather.
Oh shit!
I am a descendant of Texas royalty, to be precise.
There
you
you
know
go.
what I fucking love about Texas history?
royalty. I fucking hate Texas.
No,
Texas royalty. Get the
you'll be
hell
all
out.
right with this. Yeah, you know what my favorite thing about Texas is hey, where was Sam Houston from?
Well, nobody was originally from Texas.
Yeah. None of the great Texans were actually Texans.
Yeah, but
Hey,
so
where was fucking
Yeah.
Davy Crockett from?
Christian.
Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken.
Like Christian.
But so my buddy, who was born and raised here in Texas, was trying to say, yeah, no, you have to live in Texas for 5 years before you consider yourself a Texan. I'm like, fuck, sucks to be you. My 8th great grandfather was one of the founders of Texas, so suck my dick.
I'm actually here to tell you that legally you have to live in Texas for 90 days to be a Texan.
No, I subscribe to the hate kill on this, where it's like, oh yeah, it's cool. You had a layover in Houston, you're a Texan. Fine, fuck it.
No, I love Texas for this because like I was stationed in Texas for no time. I was there for 4 months just for signals intelligence training and some language crossover shit, and that was enough time to declare myself a Texan and not have to pay state taxes ever.
Hey, real quick,
Texas gives that to
Dom.
you.
Yeah, hey, real quick, Dom. Your comments about the fat electrician. How about this, man? You spam him about me, and let me know how that goes.
Yes, get him on one of these smoking sessions with Trip, and it would be fantastic.
Yeah,
That's a dude who needs to read the books. I already know just watching
Yes!
the content, he
Dude.
would be into it.
Dude, if he wasn't...
Yeah, no. I'm like, I can't do it because it's like, hey, man, I got these books. Do you want to read my books? That comes off as like weird. But if you guys,
No, it comes off as networking. You're allowed to network, but it is better if they do it. I want to be known as the New Age Black Jesus.
Yeah,
but I don't want to call myself. I want them to call me that. That's what
If
you're
I
doing.
do it, it's desperate and stupid. But if y'all do it, that's hey, I read this book. I think you might like it. You should check it out.
AKA, if a few of you go, or more than a few, if all of you go ahead and just buy the books on Amazon and then ship them to his P.O. box.
Dom's brother has accepted this mission. Mission Implausible is now fully underway.
Hey, Derek Matthews is on it too.
Angry Cops as well. Here's the thing: I have been able to have some conversations with Angry Cops on Instagram, and
Angry Cops.
I like how we all assume an electrician can read, says Steven.
Dude, do you not watch their shit?
You know what? An electrician who couldn't read literally killed my dad.
Hold on. For every one of those fucking videos that the fat electrician does, he reads like 10 books, like in a week.
Yeah, no shit.
That dude fucking gets into that shit.
No, Derek was right. They can't clean.
Yeah, no. And then the other thing about Angry Cops is like, I like that dude. Fucking, I've had a couple conversations with him, and like, granted, every time I've ever asked him, like, hey, you want to do this, that, whatever, he's told me no. However, he talked to me back, and like, you know, it was a back and forth. And it was like a nah, dude, fuck off. It was like, I don't know, man. I got stuff going on. And it's like, all right, cool, man. Well, thank you for fucking replying. Like, Angry Cops and fucking the fat electrician, they're both fucking cool as shit in my book. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I have in the few times I've actually had back and forth with Angry Cops myself, I have recommended your books to him.
Yeah, dude, he's cool as shit. I don't give a fuck. Although fucking I don't like his main content as much as I like his This Old Crack House, and it's nothing against his main content, but his This Old Crack House shit is just fucking great.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you listen to this dude, but like he bought I don't know how many he's on now. He's like on his second or third now, I think. But like he would go buy like old crack houses and like, you know, flip them. But like he would also do the whole like behind the scenes thing of, we're gonna go rebuild this crack house, guys.
And the first one had so much legal trouble from the previous tenants is in the neighbors. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so Derek, personally, myself, I say fuck Vet TV personally, but that's just me. Mainly because Donnie is a bit of a prick, and the fact that he is in his cousin, I can't remember her name, is basically just a glorified OnlyFans chick without an OnlyFans.
Wait. Is his cousin that brunette chick?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins.
That's fun. Well, now I know what Donnie would look like naked if he was a chick and not playing the transgender chick in that boot camp fucking video.
Yeah, but yeah, no, there have been so many people who have done stuff with Vet TV, and they came back like, yeah, dude, they basically, like, people that when they were doing the thing, oh, hey, send us your stories. If we find it funny, we'll bring you out. We'll talk to you about it, and we'll even have you be a part of the skit. And then they never, and people were like, yeah, dude, they just basically took my story and then just ran with it and didn't contact me back ever again.
Yeah, that's fucking unfortunate. But anyway, fucking for real this time. Anybody got final words?
Is Matt Best still around? Sorry, I just read the latest comment.
No, is Matt Best still a cool dude?
I don't fucking know. I don't know Matt Best.
Like a thing? Like I haven't seen a video from Matt Best. Like,
yeah, I've seen him on like podcasts popping up here and there. I don't know.
And Black Rifle Coffee, but like cool. we don't talk about them.
Yeah,
I drink coffee. I like
no, but Black Rifle Coffee.
I can't say that I've combined rifles and coffee anytime the recent past. Yeah. Sorry. Final views. Yeah. Final comments. Anybody?
If you haven't bought the books yet, buy the books, especially if you can't wait for the next audiobook to come out.
Any final comments, questions from those in the peanut gallery?
Dom says some people just get swollen egos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think with Matt Best the thing is a swollen ego as much as I think it's he got employees, and if he does something stupid, it's not him getting canceled. It's people with families not having jobs anymore, and
and Evan Hafer already does enough to basically besmirch their company enough as it is and threaten those families' livelihoods on his own.
Yeah, Steve's comment or his fucking audios is eat more pussy. Final comments. If you're not eating pussy like cervical cancer, you might as well not be down there.
Dom says, you guys inspire me to do better. Sir, you need better role models.
I was just about to say that, dude.
I was going to say fake style. I'm glad I could inspire
the only one that should be a good inspiration to you is the man right above me.
I'm glad you want to be me. No matter what Matt says. No, I'm great. I'm an awesome human being.
Yeah, dude, look, I am a genius. I am a literary fucking genius. I wrote 1,011 words. I am not a gay fish.
I'm not a gay fish. I want to put the chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs gay. No, no, but I'm better.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Tom.
And I'm just piggybacking off that.
If whenever it's Mining Trips episode next week and everything like that, and I get into more about myself aside from hopping in just a shit post at the end of this call or this live stream, and everything like that, the one thing I can always take away from especially if you're a father and a husband, everything like that, the biggest thing is I can say is try to make them a better person than yourself. That's the only thing I would recommend.
Yep. That's the whole thing. Yes, I noticed when you signed on, you put touched by the tism on your thing. And that's been a thing that I wasn't aware of in myself until 3 years ago. Because being a 90s kid, my parents didn't believe it was a real thing.
Or ADD, ADHD.
Yeah.
I'm 100% certain I have undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah, no, why don't you sit down and fucking pay attention, you dumb bitch?
Well, yeah, no. My thing was funny. And this is actually going back to the whole VA disability thing. So, how part of it is a psychological evaluation. If you put depression, anxiety, and shit like that on it. Well, I'm talking to this fucking shrink chick, contracted to the VA, and she starts digging into me like I'm some fascinating case, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And she was like, we get halfway through this conversation, and she goes, just a quick question. This has nothing to do with your disability rating, but have you ever been diagnosed with autism? And I was like,
you're like, not until now.
Okay, so two things on that. The first one is
that almost never happens. When I'm walking down the street, nobody ever diagnoses me with autism.
Okay, yeah, no. So there's two things.
Morning, how are you? You're autistic. Whoa, shit. Oh, damn, it got me.
The first one is there's a show on Netflix called was it Love on the Spectrum, and it's about people that are on the autism fucking spectrum, trying to date and shit. And it's cute and wholesome, blah blah blah, whatever, except for one of the chicks is super hot, and it's don't think about autistic chicks like that. Please don't. However, the point too that as I thought your therapist is like, all right, so I'm giving you therapy. We're in Texas. What do you think about school book depository buildings?
But she's like there's a lot in you, what you're talking about. That seems like you're personally, if we were here for that, I would diagnose you being somewhere on the spectrum. I'm like, I just came here for a paycheck, but thanks for the fucking existential crisis. And so that's been a thing I've had to unpack over the last couple fucking years.
No, one of my favorite memes going into with autism is the one was girls with autism, and it's a girl doing the weird shaky hands things and everything like that, and it's boys with autism, and it's just the spider web of conspiracy theories and everything.
Yeah. Or what one is just I've seen one, it was just a Warhammer thing.
Yeah.
What was that fucking Russell Crowe movie? The one like five Academy Awards. Like it was like it was a Russell Crowe movie. He was like a super autistic mathematician. He's just like a big brother.
A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind. Yeah. Thank you. No.
Yeah. But you were talking about wanting your kids to do better than, well, like getting that from that therapist actually helped me a lot, because my second kid started school and he was having a lot of trouble in his class. And I started noticing that there's a lot of things in his personality that remind me of when I was a kid. And about halfway through, and like he was having trouble, like this kid, like this kid knows everything about fucking everything. He wants to be a robotics engineer. He's like a fucking dinosaur nerd, super fucking smart. But for some reason in a classroom environment, he couldn't pick up simple things like memorizing the alphabet, learning how to read and shit like that.
Yeah.
I remembered what that therapist told me, realized, hey, a lot of this shit can be hereditary. So I got him evaluated for a fucking modified learning plan. And they put him on it, and like right now, I can like show the kid a book and he reads it.
Oh yeah, no. We just found out.
Shit.
We just found out the other week that my son has dyslexia.
Travis.
Mhm.
I'm just fucking buzzing with what you're talking about right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that was the fucking result. Like,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway, listeners at home, thank you for joining in. Smokepit Fiarytales 3 starts in what, April?
Yeah.
And thank you for Chuck for playing fucking Doc and Prince and Jerry and I think somebody else. And thank
You're
you,
welcome,
Travis, for
and it
playing.
wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, for playing fucking Chardance and Fonz, and Matt. Thank you for playing Kreia and fucking. There was like
The other Swiss Army knife
too.
people that you needed.
Yeah. And the third one, all these guys are coming back. It's gonna be a fucking great time, and we'll see y'all then.